What's up, everybody? This is the Welcome to the Show podcast, brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/welcome to the show to get a 30-day free trial and a free audiobook download. That's audibletrial.com/welcome to the show. I'm Manny Gomez. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MannyGo3. My co-host CT, what's good?
What's good? It's tax day.
Word. Well, it's the day after tax day, technically.
Is it? Is it really?
Tis.
Wow.
So real quick, I just want to let the people out there know that on Thursday, we have a special guest, the director of the new movie, Screwball, which details everything you need to know about the biogenesis scandal, but it's told in probably one of the funniest ways that I can imagine, and it's one of the craziest stories that I've ever heard. Joins us. His name is Billy Corbin. The movie's available on video on demand, and it's also playing in select theaters. Typically, that means like New York, LA, Chicago, places like that. So make sure you check out that movie because it really is good. And make sure you listen to the interview this Thursday. CT.
And
yeah,
I just wanted to just also mention that it's Jackie Robinson Day. So we're a baseball podcast. I think it's only right that we acknowledge that it's Jackie Robinson Day. So back to you, Manny.
Thank you. I wanted to ask you a quick question, CT, because this isn't a typical episode, ladies and gentlemen. CT and I are going to talk here for about 5 minutes or more. Who knows?
Yeah, sure.
And then we're going to cut to what the episode really is about, which is what are we going to call it? Like the fantasy episode?
I don't know what to call it because it was supposed to be a fantasy episode, but it was more than that. It was an experience. It was definitely an experience.
Word, the experience. It was. So we got together with our fantasy team, I guess you would say, our fantasy league, and we sat around a table and we talked baseball for like almost 3 hours, basically.
I just want to, I'm going to correct you real quick. It's actually your fantasy league since you are the commissioner, and that's...
Oh, Jesus.
That's the way it is.
What's mine is yours.
Thank you, man. See, that's why you're the commissioner.
Yeah. Kiss my ass now. So keep listening because that's gonna come up in a few minutes. I wanted to ask CT a quick question, and we might, who knows, we might talk some more baseball. You never know with this podcast. Shit just happens here.
That's how it is.
CT. So I was just reading something. Well, I glanced at something on Bleacher Report, and it was something about controversial trades that would fire up fan bases, and it has a picture of Rafi Devers, and it got me wondering, and I've thought about this before. I consider Rafi Devers to be a little bit of a bust. I don't know if you do.
No, go ahead.
Would you consider trading Rafi Devers if you got something really good in return?
Yeah, I think that if it's a really good deal, yeah, I would consider trading him, but I don't think he's a bust just yet. I mean, he's in his third season. This will be his full second season. And
okay.
I'd always like to give guys like 3 to 5 years in baseball,
I got you.
know?
I shouldn't have said bust. He's not a bust. You're right, but he's overhyped. Can we agree to that?
Yeah. I mean
the reason why this guy rose to such like this esteem with Boston fans and baseball fans is because he took Aroldis Chapman deep in 2017. This kid looks like he's a child, and he's taking the guy who throws the hardest in baseball deep to win a game against the Yankees, a pivotal game.
Yeah.
But since then, I mean, what has he really done? He's not that good of a defensive third baseman. His numbers last year were not good at all.
No, they weren't. You're right.
And he's so far this season, I mean, the entire team isn't performing up to standards, and it's only 16 games in, but he has a 298 slugging.
Man, he had a good spring training. Look at this: 385 batting average, 396 on base, 954 OPS. That was spring training. I'm just saying. I would be open to trading Rafael Devers. Yes, I can't stand guys that don't play defense. But if you're not gonna play defense, become a full-time DH. You can't become a full-time DH. The best DH in the league is on your team, JD Martinez. So let me rephrase that. I like guys that can be DHs, but you'd have to be like putting up JD Martinez numbers to just be a pure hitter that, we'd have to find a way to put you on the field. So yeah, I would be open to trading Rafael Devers. You're right. That was a big hype moment against Aroldis Chapman in that game. And he really hasn't done much since then. I agree. And his numbers seem to be getting worse. If we're taking, what's happened this season so far, his numbers are already worse than last year. His averages are already worse than last year, and it's only been 16 games. So you would think that his numbers could be at least a little bit inflated, but they're not. They're all down. Man, I don't know.
What just happened here?
I didn't think I'd be accepting a trade for Rafael Devers, but I would be open for that. Yeah, but he's so young though. He's 22.
Yeah. And something tells me that Rafi Devers is like the anti. You know how Dominicans get a bad rap for like faking their documents and shit. Like Fausto Carmona's real name is Roberto Hernandez or something like that.
Yeah.
And Albert Pujols broke into the league when he was like 20, 21, but he looked like he was 40 already.
Yeah.
I think Rafi Devers is like the opposite. I think that he's really 12.
He might be. Yeah, you're right. And his shape is so weird. Like he's not fit. He's not super overweight, but he's like right in the middle. He's like Pablo Sandoval was like a chubby guy, but Rafael Devers, he just has like a gut and triangle.
He looks like he's going through puberty right now. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. To answer your question, I would be okay with the Rafael Devers trade, but it would have to be a good trade because he is young.
Like a top pitching prospect. Maybe not the top pitching prospect, but say you got like someone that people are projecting to be a decent starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. Would you do something like that?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I don't want to shit on Rafi Devers. Like you said, he's 22 years old. In reality, he's only played 195 games, so he's only played a full season and a month's worth of games basically.
Yeah,
so. Let's see what happens this year. But I was looking at his numbers, and I was surprised at his numbers from last year. His power numbers are decent. A 433 slugging is okay. Like it's not something to celebrate, and it's not something to shit on either. But a 298 on base, that's not good. You know what I mean?
No, that's not good. And I'm actually kind of curious because like, how long? What kind of a leash does he have on the Red Sox if we're trying to compete this year? I'm pretty sure that we can do better than Rafael Devers at third. Or in the lineup if he's doing this bad. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, damn, 298 slugging. Ugh.
That's terrible, man. And so here's another thing before we cut to our fantasy episode. The Yankees and the Red Sox are about to face each other. I believe when you listen to this, on this day, the Yankees and the Red Sox will face off for the first time this year. What is the over-under in runs scored for that series, CT?
I think we are going to see a slugfest. Like I think it's going to be high scoring all the games. Man, the Red Sox had to win today, yo. Like they would have been tied basically for third and 2 games against the Yankees, and that would have just set the stage for that. Now I think like best case scenario for the Red Sox is that they tie with the Yankees. I don't know. I got to look at the standings, but I'm thinking that it's going to be a high scoring game on both ends.
Yeah, and Mookie's beating himself up today. He's starting the season slow, but I mean, it's not, all things considered, like we keep saying, it's 16 games in. It's not that bad. Like Rafi Devers' numbers are they're pathetic. Mookie's numbers, he's not the reason why they're losing games. And in other words, but he's beating himself up, saying things like, "What I'm doing is unacceptable. I have to figure out a way to get something done and help the team." And I respect that. He wants to win games and he wants to carry the load, and that's what a leader does. But he's not the reason this team is losing games. You know what I mean?
No, he's not the reason. And I don't know. Every time an athlete comes out and takes ownership of something and they're kind of beating them, like I don't really like when an athlete beats himself up over anything. Like I like when an athlete just comes out and says, "We're gonna be fine. Don't worry about this. This is just a hiccup for now. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it." Like I like those type of things, taking ownership in that way. Like like I know we're not playing good, but we're gonna be fine. Type of stuff. I don't really know how I feel too much. Like I'm not the biggest fan of when an athlete beats himself up. Like I don't ever really remember Michael Jordan beating himself up. He was just like that's the game kind of And you're right. Betts isn't the reason that we're losing games. So what was the reason for saying that. Then he has to know that he's not the reason that we're losing games.
Maybe he's trying to take the spotlight away from not the spotlight. Maybe he's trying to direct the spotlight in his direction so that other guys aren't catching flack. I mean, maybe there's some characters on that team that can't handle negative attention or something. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I remember Derek Jeter used to do shit like that all the time. He would never throw anybody under the bus. He would just accept all the blame. And it used to bother me too, because I'd be like, no, fuck that. Like, this guy sucked today. You know what I mean? That's why you lost, not because of you. You know what I mean?
See, Chris Sale to me would have been a good one, and he did kind of take a little bit of the blame when he said he's never pitched like this before, that he's trying to find and everything. He's kind of scared and everything. But Chris Sale would have been a good one to kind of take a lot of the blame, because it has been our starting pitching that's looked bad, and he's the face of it. He's actually like one of the faces of the team now that he's just signed that extension and everything. So I think I would have been more comfortable with Chris Sale. I still wouldn't have enjoyed it. It's like, I don't know what it is. I just don't like anyone beating themselves up, Yeah, It's like, come on. You're professional.
Word. All right. I don't know if I have anything else I want to talk about, CT, at this time.
One last thing. Last night was the Sunday night baseball game. DeGrom facing off against the Braves, right? And that stadium was empty.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And I think I don't know if you saw, I sent it in the chat earlier, that Josh Donaldson home run. I feel like, I don't know if they had a microphone on his wrists or something, but I think the emptiness of the stadium added to the echo effect of that hit. Like, I've never heard a ball hit like that. I just want to say that.
Crushed, man.
Yeah, that was crazy. But,
and at ESPN, we were talking about this last night while we were recording that episode. ESPN does a really good job at broadcasting their games, because you do get cool, like, different angles, different perspectives. And something tells me that they have, I don't know if you've ever watched, like, in postseason games, sometimes they have like a camera buried under, like, in front of home plate.
Yeah.
So you can get like that undershot, I guess you would call it. I don't know what the fuck you call it. The hero shot is what they call it in film. But maybe they have like a mic or some shit under there, because you could hear the ball pop in the glove. You could hear the bat coming off the ball. Like, everything just sounds better, looks better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Word. Thanks. Thank you for that.
Good job, ESPN.
Yeah, good job, ESPN. You suck at everything else, but you broadcast a heck of a game.
You get stuck with all the shitty football games. But
yeah. Oh, I remember what I wanted to say. Okay, I don't know how you feel about this, CT, but I'm tired of hearing about Tiger Woods winning the Masters yesterday.
Really?
You're not sick and you turn on the TV and that's all you see now. It's been like over 24 hours. Enough already. Like, that's it. You know what I mean?
Okay. I mean, did you have anything to add to that before I give you why I'm not kind of tired of it? Or you're just tired of it.
So I get it. Tiger Woods is the arguably the greatest golfer of all time and everything. It's his first Masters in like 15 years or something like that. I don't even remember. But okay, like, he won. Like, all right. Like, other things are happening in this world. Like,
no, I get it.
Like, maybe that's why Atlanta was fucking empty yesterday, because everybody was out, celebrating Tiger Woods winning the match. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, okay, he won. Like, good for him. No. Let's talk about it for a few hours. But all right, enough now.
Yeah. You know what I think it is, and I'm not an expert in this because I don't watch golf. I've maybe have watched one Tiger stroke on the course or whatever.
Good word, man.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out the best way to word that. But I'll never forget, like, when he got caught on that cheating thing, when he was cheating on his wife, and he became like the villain of sports, kind of, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just like a sports news, it was a world news that Tiger Woods was stuck in this, and then he had back issues, and he had some crazy surgery done where I think some people were saying that who knows if he can walk again after this surgery, right? Mm-hmm. And then there was that one moment, I don't know, I'm way off with the time on this, but then there was that one moment that he got caught with the DUI. He was drugged out in his car. He was like asleep in his car or something like that. So basically he was like at the lowest of the low. For him to come back and get to the highest point in his profession, and the fact that he's like the Michael Jordan of golf. You could even make the argument that he's just as big as Michael Jordan in the world, because he's Tiger Woods, Yeah. And I'm just saying, for him to come back and win it, I get why it's such a big deal. But if tomorrow it continued like this, then I'd start to get annoyed about it. But
I guarantee you, I guarantee you that you will hear about it tomorrow.
I mean,
And,
for me,
and the thing is that most people that are talking about this shit probably don't watch golf. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
the only reason why golf is relevant is because of Tiger Woods, and that's why
Yeah.
this is such a big deal. And he's sucked for the past few years. He has sucked, and
yeah.
good for him that he won his championship. You're right. It's like Michael Jordan, coming back with the Wizards and taking them to the finals and winning.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the end of the day.
No,
but
it would have been like Michael Jordan doing that after breaking both of his knees. Kind of is the way I look. That's why I think it's such a big deal. But yeah, go ahead.
But it just so happens that golf is, like I've played golf before several times. I don't anymore. I'm over that. It's fun. It's good, but you need to go with a good group of guys. And okay, the point that I'm trying to make is, you think that hitting a stationary ball is easy. It's not easy. That's number one. Number two, it does take a toll on parts of your body that you had no idea had muscles in them, and they're sore as fuck for like 3 days afterwards and stuff like that. So I get it. But if you're a professional golfer and you do it every day, compared to the other sports, to me, I find that it takes, I don't know. Like, I think I'm going to shit on golf a little bit here, but I think that it takes the least amount of skill of all professional sports.
Ooh,
that's all I'm saying. So to me, I'm just like, fuck, man. We should be celebrating Serena. You know what I mean? When she accomplishes, when she's going out there and winning championships, pregnant and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If this was like a WNBA story or like soccer, I would get annoyed with soccer. Yeah, you're right. I see where you're coming from, and I'm just going off like for someone that witnessed what Tiger was at one point. Like I'm not saying I witnessed his greatness. I knew who Tiger Woods was after all his accomplishments, because he was Tiger Woods. You're right. I don't watch golf, so that's the only guy I'm gonna know. But I'm just talking about his downfall. For him to come back from that is what I'm accepting, that he has his day after. But if tomorrow it was like this, then yeah, I'd be like, all right, this is ridiculous already.
Yeah. All right.
And real quick, just want to say Clayton Kershaw comes back tonight. Mike Trout comes back tonight, and it's Jackie Robinson Day. That's a hell of a Monday night.
It's a heck of a Monday night
for MLB baseball.
MLB
baseball, Major League Baseball.
And I almost left. Wait a minute. Okay, I almost left Clayton Kershaw on the bench. I just moved him up to the starting rotation. That would have sucked, man.
Ooh.
Yeah. And Fultonavich was supposed to start tomorrow, but it's being pushed back to Friday. They're gonna give him one more rehab start. I traded Fultonavich for Votto because I'm an idiot.
Good trade.
No, I'm a fucking idiot. All right, I think that's enough.
Oh, okay. Can we give a shout out to Chris Davis, Orioles, for hitting his first home run against the Red Sox? You fucking
oof. You think he's gonna go on a hot streak?
Nah, I just think I don't know. Honestly, no comment.
All right, that's the perfect way to transition over to the fantasy episode. There won't be an outro to this, so we're just gonna say peace right now, and we hope you enjoy the fantasy pod.
Peace.
No, especially now with like how this offseason was, and we all saw that. There's a whole bunch of baseball players right now that are really, really good that should be starting in the major leagues that don't even have jobs.
Yeah,
and it's besides them. Like there's other players besides them.
I understand that's a good argument, but the way I look at it is that did Ozzy Albies dedicate his life to get to the major leagues to make $5 million a year? I know $5 million a year for us would be amazing, but when you
even
see,
for him too,
yeah,
and he's still under contract.
So.
It's not like he's hitting the free agent
too. But did he really get into the major leagues when he was a teenager? $5 million a year to a major league baseball player was probably not even. It's still not a good contract back then. Right. So did he get into the majors to make $5 million a year? If he did, then he deserves. That's what he deserves. Then whatever. Like he's probably never going to pan out to be anything more than a $5 million a year player.
It's funny because he's happy with it.
Yeah, maybe. It's funny because we always talk about, like, a lot of baseball fans always talk about, like, these players overpaid and this and that or whatever. But we're sitting here talking about how
somebody's
underpaid. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Over 30 or something.
Zach Greinke's 34. He's the highest paid.
Zach Greinke on an AAV, on the annual average value, was more than Mike Trout. Mike Trout finally.
Well, no, I think this year he's still more than Mike Trout.
It's crazy.
Because I think Mike Trout contract doesn't kick in until like either next year or the year after that.
And then JD Martinez is so now that the Red Sox signed, who did they just give an extension to? Xander Bogaerts, which is a good extension.
That one I like.
Chris Sale. But,
I still like it, even though the way he started, I still like it.
He's the best pitcher in baseball when he's healthy, but he's not healthy. So.
Yeah.
Chris Sale.
But now, what are you gonna do about JD Martinez? Because if he opts out, you're gonna have to pay him mad money to keep.
That's if.
But I don't think he's out.
But then at the same time, you're seeing this free agent market.
That's why I don't think he's gonna opt out.
He might not want.
You think he's gonna opt out and then go to a bad team? Because the good teams that don't look like they're giving up money.
Yeah, that's true. I'll take JD Martinez. I love that guy.
I like that guy too.
I think he's happy right now.
Woo!
Yeah. But he did say recently that the Red Sox haven't come to him with a conversation to talks, and he wants an extension. He wants more money.
I would too.
Damn.
Or just give him the same amount of the same money he's making a year. Just
give him 2 more years.
Same
years.
what he's making a year. We'll just give him more years.
Give him 2 more years. Because what? His thing was 5 years.
Something like that. But he has opt out.
Yeah, he has opt out right after this year and the next year after.
He has a lot of incentives in that deal too.
I think JD has shown enough that he's worth the money.
I think
he doesn't ever look like a guy that's gonna be.
You know what I'm saying? What?
Up on the lineup, you know.
Not
if I was the Red
not
Sox,
just hitter wise, but just as a mentor to everybody else.
No lie, if I was the Red Sox, I know from a business standpoint, I will wait. If he opts out, I'll be like, yo, of course you were just thinking about leaving. If he opts to stay in, I'll be like, yo, I add 2 more years to your contract.
But if he opts out, are you gonna do like Craig Kimbrell and say, all right, fuck you, or are you gonna
Probably.
I mean, Craig Kimbrell. Supposedly yesterday, they're talking about that he lowered.
Yeah, he lowered his
market value right now.
Me as a fan, I don't want that. But me knowing like how they think, they might. They might just let him go.
That's crazy, man. Because Craig Kimbrell, I don't care how he did in the postseason last year. He's one of the greatest relievers.
But towards the end, he did good in the postseason.
And his velocity was down, but it wasn't like I'm sorry to draw this comparison, Red Sox fans, but Chris Sale's velocity went down 4 miles an hour. Craig Kimbrell probably went down like maybe 1.
He was still throwing 99. He was still throwing 99,
He was still
98.
cranking that shit.
I mean, I think Chris
97.
He's
still got the job.
More than that.
And his curveball was still breaking. I really do think he was tipping his pitches.
Probably. I don't know, man.
Or not hitting his spots, because when he walks a lot of people, I noticed that when he walks a lot of people,
there's other people on this podcast.
His ear goes up.
These light beers, man, they really creep up on you.
I don't feel shit.
I feel like I've had 4 since I started.
Nah.
Yeah, since I
Like,
But where do you have the beer at?
Yo, man, get some of the hard stuff, man. Yo. Manny's over my house, ladies and gentlemen. For anybody who doesn't know, we're in CT's house. I have Manny over here. Manny, I think you need some of the hard stuff.
I might graduate to the hard stuff.
How
does one open a Grolsch?
That's what it's called.
There you go.
Gross, the new average beer for the what's the podcast?
What's the podcast name you said?
This guy.
Look at the shirt.
Right? He's wearing his shirt.
Pod, my brother.
I'm joking.
Let me correct you on that, my brother. WTTS pod.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Manny, talk about Cricket. How had the Milwaukee signed him? They lost one of their relief pitchers.
That's true. They lost. How do you say his name? Knable.
I call him
Knable.
Knable.
Nibbles.
Well, what's his first name? Corey?
And wait,
Yeah.
Jeremy Jeffries, he's not back yet, right?
No.
He's not back yet.
They're
That's what I'm
both
saying.
in a shot.
Yeah, but they're winning though.
But
They're
can you
winning.
imagine Craig Kimbrell and Josh Hader back to back?
Yeah.
Yo,
But right
the
now,
same.
think about it. They lost one of their relievers for the whole year. I don't know where Jeremy Jeffries comes back.
Yeah.
I think Milwaukee's
Yo,
still
so
gonna get them.
I'm pretty sure they're overusing Josh Hader. Right now.
It seems like Josh Hader pitches every night.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yes,
how
it
many
does.
straight fastballs he threw?
Oh my god.
He threw like
9.
15 or something.
No, it was like I think close to 30.
In that immaculate inning, he threw 9 fastballs.
He threw 9
Yeah, fastballs. So you can't hit somebody's fastball like that shit.
I think
There was
I
like
think
2
it's
foul
it's like-
balls.
If
but-
I was a major league pitcher, I would be fastball heavy.
I think.
No, but I think it's the way
even
he
if that shit
pitches.
was Mendy too.
I think it's the way
I
he
would still
pitches.
throw-
Yeah.
I would
straight
still.
up fastballs.
It's the best pitch in baseball, man.
I would say
Think so?
fastball all the time.
Fastball is the best pitch in
At
baseball.
92 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's the-
Yo,
Yo,
he's
he's
fine.
Goes on to Chris Sale.
But has Chris Sale been spotting the fastball? Nah, he's throwing that shit down.
No,
Yeah,
but
I'm
he's
saying-
also not using it because it's down so much. So
Yeah.
he's relying on his slider. His slider's not.
I think-
every pitch is even right now.
I think Chris Sale is hiding back an injury. That's right.
Oh Oh shit!
He has to be.
Cállate.
There's no way a major league pitcher can't throw strikes with a fastball. He can't even spot his fastball.
I think he's not confident. That's the thing.
When he misses his pitches, he's way off with his fastball.
He's way off.
You know what I think?
And yeah, everything went down evenly, but when his fastball's 95, 96 to 91, 92, everything becomes a lot easier. Everything looks a lot, similar. But when you're 95, 96, your reaction time is a lot slower. So it makes your slider more hard to hit because you don't know what you're anticipating.
Look, man, the fastball is the best.
This coming from a guy who doesn't play.
To me, the fastball, fastball is the best pitch. To me, the fastball is the best pitch, but it relies on your other pitches.
Right, that's what I was going to
say.
say.
If you can get ahead with your other pitches, like, do you ever watch Clayton Kershaw pitch? He throws a curveball right down the middle. He starts off a lot of players with a curveball right down the middle.
Yeah. A nasty curveball.
No, it's nasty, but it's 77 miles per hour. It breaks a lot, but he throws it right down the middle.
Clayton Kershaw pitches some.
Today, Kershaw's like a 90.
No, but with Josh Hader, I really think it's his release point because you see, he kind of kicks like his leg back, and he has like that. He has he has a release point like from back here. It is.
Well, what's that pitcher from the Chicago Cubs? Kyle Hendricks? Yeah. He throws 89. Yeah. He tops out 89, everything, and all he does is throw fast.
It's all about
his location. That's what I'm saying. That's what Chris Sale's missing right now.
And that is Keuchel's a location pitcher.
Yeah.
So it doesn't give up home runs.
The year he won Cy Young, he was throwing 192.
Same thing.
192.
But when he got rocked today. Where he dominated the Yankees, because that year he dominated the Yankees. Where was he putting it? He was putting that shit low and outside, low and inside. He was just putting it in the corner.
You think the Yankees are gonna get Keuchel?
Nope.
You think there's no chance?
The Yankees are not signing anybody.
I'm gonna be honest.
It doesn't look like it.
Keuchel.
And then they would have done it already.
Honestly, it's April, and maybe we're just so anxious because the Yankees. It's only the third week of baseball, right?
Yeah, but
Keuchel to the Mets.
I know, but how many teams can afford?
Keuchel to the Mets.
Think about this: their ace starter, Severino. They're arguably one of their best players, Giancarlo Stanton, Miguel Andujar, Eddie Gregori. Literally, like the starting,
They're missing a lot.
I did a comparison.
Gary Sanchez.
Guys, I did a comparison on Call to the Pen, and the difference between the players on the IL and the Yankees, if you compare them to
I like that you said
last
IL.
year, I know, I try to get used to it. If you go by WAR, I know we don't love WAR, but it's a good way to compare everything. They're only off by 0.2 wins. So let me repeat that. Players on the IL, if you were to field a team of players on the IL, and I put CC Sabathia at first because he hit with Milwaukee. He was a hitter. And he's a lefty, and he's tall, he's fat and shit. So CC was the first baseman, and I had Severino the starter, and Betances as a reliever, and then I had all the guys around the field. So you guys know who's injured. And you compare the players on the IL in 2018 to the current Yankee team, not the current Yankee, to 28. Wait, let me say that again. The current IL team to the 2018 team, and the difference is 0.2 wins.
So it's not that much of a difference?
It's not that much. That's how good of a team is on the bench, right? Is injured right now.
Okay, well, but this is why I don't think it's panic mode yet, because what I've noticed with the Yankees is that their bullpen isn't, Chad Green doesn't have a clean inning.
Chapman looked good the other day. But
so today Tanaka, I give Tanaka a good start today because it was basically that one inning, that one hit.
The grand slam.
Grand slam is,
But the offense can't.
That's it up for him. But that's why I'm saying that maybe that's why Cashman hasn't hit the panic mode button and signed Keuchel, because if your bullpen is, you can't expect that your bullpen's going to be like that all year.
Yeah.
So there's really no reason. Nobody's really running away with the division. I don't care what Tampa Bay does. Tampa Bay's not winning the division. You hear me, Fern?
I think he is.
Fern, do you any thoughts on that, Fern?
Tampa's good.
Well, I mean, Tampa Bay's
they're good, but they're going to slump.
Yo, Tyler Glass now. We're fighting for the money.
Tyler
Glass now. Listen, Tyler Glass now.
I don't care what Tampa Bay does. They won 20 games in a row. They're not winning the division. All right? Maybe that's why it's not panic mode yet. Because it's not really their starting pitching. Yankees starting pitching that. I mean, James Paxton.
But when can you say is it panic mode?
Like,
how many games in? How many games in can you say?
I haven't seen that many games.
You gotta have the stomach and see, I don't really think anybody looks at the Yankees team. I know it's 11 guys on the injury list, but nobody really looks at the Yankees team and thinks this is a scrub team. You guys
they're still a good team. They should be winning games.
Yeah, you still think you can beat the White Sox, the Orioles.
Yeah, you should be beating the White Sox. You shouldn't lose 2 out of 3 to the White Sox.
Who do they field on the field today?
Same shit with the Red Sox.
Who did the Yankees field today?
There's one guy whose name I don't even know how to pronounce.
Oshula.
That was the catcher?
Shortstop?
Ursula.
Ursula.
But like, for example, like DJ LeMahieu.
LeMahieu's been a beast this year.
And look,
he's been what, like 360.
And look, and I picked the reason why I picked him up on the fantasy thing also is because I knew he was a beast because he's always been a beast even in Colorado. Even outside, yeah. And this is numbers outside of Colorado's. He was always beasting. So I was like, yo, like Yankees got a steal.
They did. With him, I think they did too.
Everything. I think he's a better than Tulowitzki, which I think he's injured.
When Tulowitzki was $500K, it's like, let me see if this guy could return to Tulowitzki from 5 years ago, then we got the ultimate steal. But
and then I think
he could be. He's injured, yo. How?
By the way, has anybody noticed that Aaron Judge is hitting everything Apple this year?
Yeah, because I have him on my fantasy team.
You think he's just late?
And what do you think that's about? Like, do you think he's doing it on purpose?
No.
Or you think he's late?
I think Aaron Judge got to get some confidence because he takes balls down the middle sometimes. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you know what happens.
That's always been Judge though.
Yeah, but you know what happens.
Yeah, he averages like what, 4 pitches?
Yeah. You get a lot of balls out of the zone called strikes. Take advantage. If I was Judge, I would sit on fastball all day. Yeah. Hey, throw on fastballs and every at bat. Just sit on that fastball, man. We're running out of beer.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I would have given something.
What would you have given me for Votto, bro? Because I think I offered you something and you declined it.
Who did you? I think you wanted. You wanted Patrick Corbin, I think. Yeah, man.
Well, you wanted pitching?
Huh?
You wanted pitching?
Yeah.
I would have offered you a starter pitching and a reliever. Yeah.
But listen, can we talk about that? Can we talk about that bottom trade real quick?
No, that's
Can I tell you guys what really happened? This is gonna sound familiar to you.
The thing is, wait. I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
This is gonna sound familiar.
Nah, but I'm just like, damn. I think you got a little desperate with Votto there.
Yeah, it's the first week.
It's like the second, third week of the season, bro.
Yeah, the second week of fantasy.
It's like I said, I'm like, shot, bro. Goldie last year lasted 2 months and he was hitting like a buck one. Everybody was like, wow, what's going on? And all of a sudden, his numbers were there at the end. Mm-hmm. I mean,
I have reason to believe that Joey Votto's undergoing a decline. I have no more comments.
That's good. You're like the biggest Votto supporter.
I feel like I can.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like, you drafted him, yo.
No cameras on.
What round did you draft him on? Yo, like.
Let me just. I feel like I have to defend every trade offer that I made.
Yeah.
But let's just recap, right?
I think that my counter was a better.
Let me tell you. I offered Manny, Schwarber, Adam Frazier.
No.
What's his name?
Fake news. You offered me Kyle Schwarber and Carlos Carrasco.
No. Well, the first baseman.
Hell no.
The first baseman.
Votto?
Who's the first baseman for the Nationals?
I would have done it.
Zimmerman.
Ryan Zimmerman. It was Ryan Zimmerman, Kyle Schwarber, and Carrasco.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. For Votto and Ivan Rodriguez's son, the pitcher on
Derek Rodriguez.
That was the
I like that. I like him.
Schwarber.
Schwarber.
Zimmerman.
First, you were giving me 4 players for 2? I don't know.
No. Schwarber, Zimmerman, and Carrasco. For Votto and Derek Rodriguez, right? Mm-hmm. Then Manny counteroffer with Fultonowicz, Ryan Zimmerman.
Excuse me, Fultonavich.
Whatever.
Fultonavich.
Fulton. I call him Fultonowicz. I don't know why.
That's completely off. Yeah, that's completely off.
Just call him Fulton.
Fultonated. And I was like, all right, man, if that's what you want. I was going to give him a pitcher that was going to make a start next week. We don't know what Fultonavich.
Tuesday. Fultonavich is going to start on Tuesday.
Well, good luck. But
so
he offered.
They're not gonna let him go more than 5 minutes.
I'm not blaming you on that shit. I would have done the same. It would have been like accept.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I would have woke up at the morning, whatever time.
Yeah, me too.
Also,
yeah, me too. If you were the one that offered the trade, I thought he offered the trade to you.
Give Fultonavich credit. He's gonna be the best pitcher on the Braves. The Braves are nice. They're head to head with the Mets. The Mets are hot right now. So I basically gave Manny an ace.
You did.
You did of the Braves, yes, you did.
And
Ryan doesn't have any balls anymore.
And Ryan Zimmerman, look at the first baseman that are available.
Zimmerman
free agency mark.
Yeah, but
Zimmerman sucks, but he's not.
That's why I'm trying to. I've offered Alex.
How's your
what the guy's name? Vogelback for Adam Ottavino.
You know what's so funny?
What?
I picked him up like 2 days ago.
I know. So why won't you just trade him to me, man?
He's beasting right now, yo.
Fuck, man.
Who's that?
Vogelback. Yo, he got almost 60 points already.
He's a beast. Man.
He's big. He's
But
fat.
he's gonna.
Yeah, but it's
have
gonna
a
be short lived.
downfall.
It's gonna be short. It's gonna be short
As soon as he
lived.
downfalls, I'll trade him to you.
I left 8 points on the bench today.
Good job.
Those 8
So all right, so here's my
I get
rationale.
it.
I gotta tell you my rationale.
I have
for the
so many
Waddle
starting
trade.
pitching.
Yeah,
I'm like
go ahead.
stashing the crap out all of them because that wire sucks.
Yo, that's why all the starting pitchers and gone. I can't find shit on the morning.
I have them all on my bench.
I can't
I'm
find
like
shit.
calculating, what matchup. That's why I left. That's why I didn't leave points on the bench. I purposely lined up who I wanted going and who I didn't. I should have,
Man,
I didn't think Sanchez was gonna do.
Take us through the Votto. Take us through the Votto thought process.
Shit.
First of all,
What was going
as
on?
I went in to go cancel the shit out of that, he accepted it right away, of course, because it was an attractive offer. But Joey Votto, to me, he's 35, entering 36 years old. How many players do you know, hitters, continue the type of dominance that he's had into that age? That's one. I didn't think
David
David
Ortiz.
Ortiz.
One, that's
A-Rod.
For those of you who are not watching, I'm making a gesture with my finger where I'm injecting myself with steroids. When you say David Ortiz to me, that's my response to you.
All right.
That's some of that
I
steroids
just
over.
think that
That's
Votto.
the-
And
Hey,
DH. Votto's on the NL. He has to play on the field every day. He's first base.
How
I
old
got
is
it.
Votto? 35?
35, 36.
The way I
All right,
So his bat speed has gone
Oh.
down. He's not hitting his. He's not hitting the
Nelson
ball.
Cruz.
Nelson Cruz.
Oh, through biogenesis.
The way I see it.
Robinson Cano.
Who else? And stop naming Dominicans. You're making us look bad.
The way I see it is that Votto always
Mark
has,
McGuire?
Votto always has a slow
Again.
I know. I just want to change it to like a different.
Man, the way I see it is that Votto always has a slow April. That's the way I see it. So I'm not looking for home runs. I got home runs.
So you're admitting
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
admitting.
And here's the thing. I feel like my offense is good enough, so I'm good.
I think so, good.
I wanted a
He's
starting
off.
pitcher.
I was
Folks,
the
and
reason
every
I
pitch
didn't
to a
take
sub
Corbin
3
from
ERA last year.
Corbin
Two
from
games.
Votto
I
because
think
my
he's gonna
pitching
be
is
good.
really
think
thick.
Yeah.
If I would have had a good enough pitcher, I would have
definitely
definitely
got
gone
Cy Young.
But
He was
Yeah, like
their
my
best
pitching,
last year
I gotta
behind
think with
Scherzer,
pitching.
Nola,
My pitching is
and
my pitching is bad.
So I think
Pitching
they
is
could
still-
do
I
that
mean,
with faulty.
it's
No
okay.
wonder. No wonder you
They
dominated.
just
last
if
year.
they do like if they
third
pitch
best
up to
pitcher.
their
Yes.
abilities, I think I'll be set.
Who's
Well,
his
it's
third
like,
best
damn,
player?
That's what it was my
Fulton
first
Davis
week.
last year.
Everybody pitched.
Fuck you,
The
Fern.
way that they
I
Yeah.
digress.
I murdered you. This
All right.
week,
Yeah,
they all went downhill.
So,
Steven Strasburg,
Are we
negative
gonna
7.
are we getting back to this
Nick
podcast?
Pavetta, he's negative
Yeah.
7.
So does that conversation?
Let's try to have one conversation at a time, ladies and gentlemen.
How about you want to try the hands up? Put your hands up.
Please, yeah.
Anybody wants to say
Really?
something?
Really? First
Well,
grade?
I just want to say something. The Browns in the gym. The Browns in the gym.
I said no. No,
The Browns in the gym.
No, talk.
Yeah, he's in the gym.
The Grom is in the gym.
One out.
Oh, so hot in here.
The one guy that took him deep.
And the one guy that took him deep.
Who was it?
Who has the ground?
Nick Markakis.
Markakis?
The Grom
He
is
said
got
no
Markakis.
home runs
What?
between the
Sandy.
series.
LOD. He's hit 2 already.
Negito?
Oh, he's not coming?
I don't know where Sandy's isn't here.
He lives
Yeah.
5. He's gonna listen.
He lives like 2 blocks away.
He's gonna call him out real quick.
He's our one. He's our
He lives
one.
like 5 blocks away, but I know why he's not here though. I know why he's
But
not
he
here.
can't, he's
Why
not
not?
coming at all?
Is he getting laid?
Game of Thrones.
Ah.
Oh, you
Wow.
That's not an
Let's
excuse.
talk about Game of Thrones. real
Yeah,
quick.
because somebody can send me on the phone
Can we?
to be here because he's like,
All right, can I say one thing?
chopping my balls like,
Yes,
I don't want to.
I don't know why. I have seen
we
it.
gotta
I'm not
solidify this
like,
alliance in person,
oh,
man.
this is a
It
big
needs to
fan.
be
I'm on
here.
season 4. Yeah, but the filter on Snapchat, that shit's pretty cool.
Yo,
I don't like Game of Thrones.
Shane gotta be here. I'm here on one leg.
Word.
This motherfucker should be here.
Yeah, somebody has to call.
Yeah, he's gotta crawl over here.
Like, he could be watched that tomorrow.
Yeah, for real. He can record it. He can watch it when he get
He
home.
could be watching this Mets game on his lonesome. Like
He could binge it. Binge, you can sponsor us if you want.
secretly.
Wait, so is Sandy really a Mets fan? Like you guys
Nah,
said?
No, the thing is that he's gone
guy
to more
is
Mets
Giants
games
fan.
than Yankee games. There was a
Yeah,
year that he
probably.
was going to a lot
I
of
mean, the
Mets
tickets
games
are
with
cheap,
Camaro.
so can't blame him, right?
That's like
Camaro,
Camaro.
but-
No, but actually, no, yeah, they did do bad. I was saying they were doing good that one year. No, they did.
Because I remember, I think it was the first year when I joined the league before I knew you guys and I was on the chat. I think I was trying to trade for a starter or something. And Diego had side messaged me. He's like, "Oh, offer this guy, Pecam, I think his name was that year."
Yeah.
He was like, "I had a Mets, well, I had Cespedes." He was like, "Yo, just offer him Cespedes for one of his picks. He'll take it." He's like obsessed with Mets. So
the year that Sandy won it, which was the first year that we
Or
did
some
the
like
league.
the Grom and all
Yeah,
that.
the Grom burst into the league. Syndergaard burst into the league.
When we started?
And
Damn, this
So
one I used to be able to take advantage
Oh,
of.
Matt.
Steven Matz was good.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had Harvey that
He had
year.
them all.
I wouldn't be surprised if he had Harvey that year.
Yeah, he probably had Harvey that year too.
He's still the nice, huh?
Wow, yeah, what a.
He always has a lot of
The
Mets.
Mets rotation is like on the brink of just being like that.
They're there. I think that
It's
They
just
could.
put them at tier 2, you know?
You know, if they would have stood healthy when Harvey
Sandy
was
told you
dominating,
about
that would have
Game
been
of Thrones?
Yeah.
But even without Harvey, like if they keep
He
like
told you
about
the
the
Game of
ground
Thrones,
Syndergaard,
or-
if Matz and Wheeler pan out, you have
Let's get him on the phone.
like really, really good.
Yeah,
options.
man. And this team looks different to me. This Mets team looks completely different.
Yeah, like
They feel different.
I'm not buying into the Mets, guys.
I'm just
You know,
Alonso's good.
Yo. Tickets are still cheap for a Mets game.
Let's go.
You know what I think?
I'm not 100% sold on them yet
I'm
because
going on
they
that,
started
actually.
the same way last
Huh?
year. They started off hot
I'm
last
going to the
year.
Mets and Phillies game.
Oh, nice price.
Oh,
You heard, Manny? The reason why I'm not 100% sold on the Mets yet being good because they started off hot last year.
15-2, 15-3.
They always
I'll
go
say-
hot.
I'll say why.
I like the Mets this
I'll
year.
say
But I like them. I do
I
like
buy
them.
buy in on them. I feel like that trade for as much heat as the Mets took, saying, "Oh, you got Cano, he's aging, whatever," but it gives a spark. Like the fan base got excited, the players in the clubhouse got excited. They have a young core like with Alonso and those guys. It's not like before, like when they were hiring, like contracting like veterans, like Aiton, like the guys would watch, like they weren't gonna do anything. Even if they did play for a month or two, good, they were gonna sustain that. But they got guys like Omer Rosario. I think he could learn a lot.
They have a
from
strong
Cano.
core, yeah.
So it might work out.
Edwin Diaz is still like what 21.
No, Edwin Diaz is the starter.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yo, and Cano, if you look at his numbers, throughout all the years, he's always had a consistent number every year, except last year because he got injured.
But if you average it out through 162, if you average his numbers out through 162, he would have put up the same numbers.
Yeah, he would have.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not buying into the Mets, man.
Go ahead, tell me.
When's the last time a playoff team had a guy like Jason Vargas making a rotation start?
Have you guys seen the memes of Jason Vargas in that interview with that guy that looked like he was like from 1776?
No.
I could have sworn I said that to
Jason Vargas is going to be kicked out of that rotation
All I'm
very
saying
soon.
is that all I'm saying is that if you're supposed to be this playoff team, Jason Vargas.
Wait, is that guy really in there? Like,
Yeah,
that's not like
no, it's not
And
Photoshop.
guys
Like,
was hyping out there.
like it was
That's
trending
what I
on
don't
Twitter.
understand about the Mets.
I don't know
That's the
what.
part I
That
don't
nigga traveled the time.
It's like
yo.
they go
like,
to,
oh, he's
they
gonna
go to
go
the
to
break, but they don't
76,
go. They don't take that.
Yeah, but Vargas,
What the
even
fuck?
like the Mets
I'm
coach,
like, what is this?
except for the Zach Wheeler game, which also fucked me that
Even
day.
the shit he's using, he was not even using the phone.
Yeah, he was
Um,
No, that shit
He
is
made a
weird.
good. He pulled them out early. He pulled them out. I think they had 4 hits. No, they
It's
gave him
like I
4
said,
runs.
like he's not even using the phone.
On, like,
He's
5 hits
dead.
yesterday.
He's
He's
like,
tape recording
where the
that
hell did
shit.
come from?
That guy is not from this time, yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
I
he was-
believe
he
in
was a
time
ghost.
traveling.
It was like a Mets reporter from 1969.
Yeah, but Jason Vargas was like a damn crap.
That they took out Zach
Right? I
Wheeler.
was gonna say that
All right.
him.
That's fucking weird.
Let's try to have one conversation,
That's
guys.
This podcast is gonna be like 10 minutes.
So, I was saying that like yesterday, the manager from Callaway, I think that's his name.
Mickey Callaway. Mickey Callaway, the manager of the Mets.
He
By the way, he's a bad manager. Huh?
Mickey Callaway, yeah.
I think he didn't do that bad yesterday because he pulled out Vargas yesterday. He pulled him out yesterday, and he only gave up 4 runs and I think on 5 hits. But like,
That's
he
a
obviously
soft spot for Vargas.
he obviously saw something wrong right away in the first inning and took him out. When the other day he fucked up with Zach Wheeler.
That's
They
the
left
thing.
him in,
That's
like-
the thing, though. Like I don't think these managers even make that decision anymore. I think
Judge Owen.
somebody's telling them to do.
Yeah,
it.
but
I think
that's
there's very few managers that make the decision.
Yeah, but I don't think the Mets are a team like that. I don't think they rely on analytics. I think it's Mickey Callaway calling the shots.
No, they're an analytical team. Sandy
Are
Alderson, I don't think he's in the team anymore because of cancer. Sorry, Sandy. But the Oakland A's, the Moneyball, Oakland A's, Sandy Alderson was a part of that organization at the time.
Yeah, but you're an analytics team to put out a starting lineup, right?
Mhm.
But is it possible that Mickey Callaway is still calling the shots when it comes to?
I honestly, I don't think many teams do that
So
anymore.
certain.
Not too many.
I think maybe Bruce Bochy, maybe he's an old school manager, maybe Terry Francona, but I think
calls the shot.
I think I was
I don't
calling.
think Alex Cora calls the shot.
I hate that.
I think he does, yeah. I think he does.
Honestly, well,
I think
keeping up with
Aaron
him
Boone
and
definitely
reading
does.
everything.
it gets to the point where like
Because your
they
eyes go
turn
describe
okay.
everything, every move, yo. Sorry, my bad. Go.
Okay. before I get really interrupted again. I say like the managers, like they put a lineup together and they feel the guys on the field. But when it comes to making like certain decisions or leaving pitchers into a certain length, I think that comes from above. Because there's certain times, like for example, CeCe, who was the setter some years. He was throwing a gem. He was throwing a gem, but I think you said it. Oh, Lisa and CT.
You call me.
That,
All right.
That because of analytics, they took him out after the fifth because it's proven.
Exactly why, and it's annoying.
And do you ever know?
No, but I don't think with CC was analytics. I really think it's his first start of the season.
No, they gave him a 75 pitch limit. He had thrown 62 pitches. He could have gone off one morning. He was going to face the 8 and 9 hitters. The next inning. The 8 and 9 hitters. I wrote about it.
In the White Sox lineup.
Right? And the 8 and 9 hitters combined had like a 1-something batting. Like he couldn't go out there one morning.
Could it be because of his heart?
I'm gonna say this.
That wasn't his heart. That he had
just had
I think.
I believe that.
I think it's smart. You know?
Let's defer to the medical expert.
You gotta ease him in. I really think it's because he's old. Yo, Manny, he's old. You want to talk about?
He's just mad about.
Manny, you want to talk about old player? He's old.
I'm gonna say this real quick.
It's his first start. Like it really is his first start. Like you gotta ease him in.
He should have gone out there one morning. He was cruising.
He probably could have dominated one more inning.
I'm gonna throw an idea out here. Does anybody think that this obsession with bullpen arms, right, and using openers and all this crap, right, and not having a pitcher go a third time through the lineup, does anybody think this is directly tied to contract negotiations? Because do you ever notice that you rarely see, like, if a pitcher is in the fifth inning, they go 5 2/3 or 5 1/3.
They don't go 6.
They never go 6. Yeah. 6 would make it the quality start.
They barely go 6 anymore. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Lately I've been thinking that this has something to do with money.
But with an opener, you can pitch 6 innings. The thing is, you're not going to get the quality start.
No, but you're an opener, and now there's a stat that you didn't make these many starts in a season.
Right.
You didn't make the start.
If you're an opener and you pitch 6 innings, you don't get the quality start.
No, not the opener. What I'm trying to say is you can be the opener and pitch 1 inning, and then they could bring in CC. Let's say he could go 6.
He ain't go
but
6.
he wouldn't get the
But it won't
get the quality start.
He's coming as his reliever.
Exactly. He'll be
even if the opener just pitched to one batter.
Yeah.
And I say
he's not.
But that's annoying. If you're bringing in an opener,
but that'll correct itself because with the agents they're gonna say, well, you can't give me this incentive because you're using openers. No, that's not fair. You know
correct.
What I mean?
I'm just saying that there's too many cases of 5 2/3. It's you always see 5 2/3.
Let's run a Mueller report on this. Investigate.
I think
investigate. Yeah.
I think they
and blur everything out because people can.
We just look at like the ERA, the whip, the FIP, all that.
No, but you see with the Grom, everybody's making a big deal of his quality start streak. Yeah. It's a thing. I know they have to bring that up. They have quality starts has to get brought up.
How many Blake Snell didn't really pitch that many innings? Like last year, like he dominated. Mm-hmm. But if you look at it, he wasn't really going into the 7th inning.
Did he crack 200?
I don't think he did.
He has significantly less than Verlander.
Yeah. He didn't. He was getting out he was getting out in the 5th.
Somebody who throws 200.
He was dominating. But it's the Rays.
How has that guy's arm not fallen off yet?
Verlander?
Justin Verlander.
Oh, he's amazing.
There's just some guys are gifted.
He throws 100.
He really is.
And he cranks out 200 plus innings every single year.
Yeah, man, he really is. I'm not gonna say he's as great, but he really is the Nolan Ryan of that thing at this generation.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think Scherzer's more like the Nolan Ryan.
Well, no, that's the thing. Nolan Ryan wasn't the best pitcher. He was just like the most his stuff was
durable. He was durable,
and he was
durable. That's why I think about.
But you know what? There's a difference with Max Scherzer. If you look up the numbers at the time that he was a free agent, he didn't have a lot of innings in his arm.
He didn't have a complete end game. He did. He had one, I think. No, I think he had one with Detroit.
Yes.
He didn't have a complete game.
Baseball almanac over here.
No, for real. For real.
So, like, Scherzer had less, compared to all those big contracts that pitchers signed, Scherzer had a lot of, less innings than majority of the starting pitchers. And
with Nolan Ryan, real quick, even though he walked a lot of people, I would make the argument he was probably the best pitcher because he never gave up hits. He
did a lot of no hitters, but there was always somebody better than him. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, if I were to tell you what makes a good pitcher, I would think swing and miss is up there. Yeah, and he was the best.
300 Ks a year. I mean,
he struck out 300. He also has a walks record.
He leads all time in walks, but he leads all time in strikeouts. Hits allowed.
And hits allowed.
And strikeouts.
I mean, he did walk a lot when he was.
But
At
that's what I'm saying. I'm not
He was
saying
in the
that
Mets.
Nolan Ryan. Here we go. Twisting the message against CT.
Do you guys see this?
He's like,
Can I say anything?
He's like a
Yeah, you
politician.
did.
This fucking guy.
Yes, you did.
I'm not saying that Nolan Ryan wasn't good. Nolan Ryan was like
Yeah.
a once in a lifetime pitcher, but it was like Justin Verlander now that he's a once in a lifetime pitcher. But we can name pitchers that are better than Justin.
I would say
Justin
Justin
Verlander
Verlander's the better pitcher than Nolan Ryan. Pitcher.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
then Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take Justin
I was-
Verlander hands down.
I understood what you were saying
Son
before.
of a-
My apologies.
I'm not gonna say that word because I love Luli. Love you, Luli. You're a son of a.
You whispered there a little bit. You whispered there a little bit.
Because I'm hard to hear you.
It's getting weird.
I can tell you
It's
that
like when I-
Nolan Ryan, I saw him like in the late stages of his career. He probably would have adapted to the ages. So Justin Verlander is obviously, he's in my team right now. So with the 6 innings, he already pitched his 3 digits, and he was out the door. Nolan Ryan probably would not have allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
But if he pitched in this day and age, he probably would have adapted to that, whatever. So Nolan Ryan, if Justin Verlander pitched in that era, he probably would have pitched his 130 pitches and 140 pitches, just like Nolan Ryan did. So I think that we have to be cognizant of the errors that they pitch. Because the reason that Nolan Ryan has all those balls, all those walks, and all those hits or whatever,
You threw Mac in 3 games.
it's because they allowed him to pitch that late. And even if they tried to take him out, he probably would have not had allowed him to.
No.
Take him out.
And then, and to that, like just to add, do we think, also now with the pitch limits and all that, and guys also getting injured a lot more, do we think it's because they're trying to take care of the guys a lot more now?
I think so.
Because back in the day,
That's a good point because you think about it. Nolan Ryan pitched in 4 decades. If he had a pitch limit, what? He's going to pitch in 5 decades?
Yeah, imagine.
He probably would have still pitched.
But at the same time, have you guys noticed that these guys are being coddled and they're pitching their innings limits and shit? But for some reason, there's more injuries now. It seems like than there's ever.
That's
been
what I'm
before.
saying.
So they're failing.
Like,
They're failing.
There's more Tommy John than there's ever been before.
Yeah, so I don't think you can blame on the pitches or the innings on it because
not.
if you're still limiting
No, you
innings and pitches and they're still getting hurt, then you have to be like, the hell with these.
You know what I
limits.
think the difference
Let's
is?
figure out what
It's the mechanics.
is.
It has to be the
Let these
mechanics
guys
at one
pitch.
point.
I think the difference is the money. I think that I think that Luis Severino with shoulder inflammation could probably throw a baseball, but him and the team are thinking, now each player is a business. I'm worth X amount of dollars. I don't want to go out there and hurt my asset because then my value goes down. Even though he just signed this contract. That's the problem.
Nobody's playing through it. Like
Nobody plays through it.
Like
I'm sure that Nolan Ryan felt some shit.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
that's
true.
probably why he walked the hell out of people because maybe one day he didn't happen. He's
Exactly.
like, but fuck it, I'm still gonna pick it.
Juan Manuel Jr.
back
I
then
think
you
like
look
he
at
innings in one
I'm like,
game.
I'm gonna walk
He
two
had-
guys because I feel
I was
like
gonna
shit, I'm
say,
still
if
gonna
you
be
look
on
it
the
up,
mound.
there was
Give
at
me the
one
ball.
point that Nolan Ryan threw like 200 something pitches in a game.
Yeah.
I mean, Nolan Ryan retired because his last game,
He
I
got
think
fucked up.
he threw out his shoulder, and that's why he retired. But if
Yeah,
not,
he
he
literally
would still
retired
kept
because he
going.
couldn't pitch. His
It was-
legs-
Yeah.
He got hurt. He got
That's what
hurt.
I'm saying. That if you, but
That's
if you-
crazy.
that's-
What took him out of the game was an injury.
That's what I'm saying. That if he didn't have a pitch limit, he went way overboard throwing ball pitches in the game.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
able to pitch for 4 decades. So it's like I don't know. Maybe it was just a freaking.
This
nature.
Tommy John phenomenon, it's really interesting because it's like there's really no clue, you can't say, well, this is we have concrete evidence that this could be a reason why pitchers are having so much issues, but it's like there's nothing. You can say innings and pitches, but again, we have pitchers that are being limited to innings and pitches, and they're still getting hurt.
Right.
Young ages too, like these guys. You see, Alex Reyes. Fun fact, I actually played with Alex Reyes. I don't know if I told you guys.
What?
Middle school and high school.
Well, yeah, he played in
I
Elizabeth.
told you guys.
He played in Elizabeth,
I
right?
don't know. I'm not bad.
He fucking his dad moved to DR at the
Yeah,
end
his
so
dad-
that he could get like.
Yeah, so I played with Alex Reyes since middle school. I'm like 2 years older than him, so I was like in 8th grade, he was in 6th grade, and I played with his brother as well. The funny thing is, Alex Reyes, he was never a pitcher until he actually went to DR. He always played second or short. And in high school, he was always a shortstop also. Then he was hanging out with the wrong crowd out here, and then his dad, shipped his ass to DR to get, to get him in, in line. And he started. I think the Cardinals they could actually converted him into a starter because they saw his arm.
Wow.
I think they have a history for that, for converting a lot of position players into
Jacob DeGrom.
Right, and Rick and Keel.
Was a pitcher that converted to outfield.
Yeah,
so they had,
good time.
Yeah, the ground was a shortstop.
But
He took
Panoino
deep,
Mulejo, Alex Reyes, he comes up. The dude, he had a couple, innings in the minor leagues. He comes up, Tommy John.
Yeah.
He didn't even pitch a full season, Tommy John, and he's like 23 years old.
Yeah, he got busted for marijuana too.
The same thing
The guy, that's why his
that.
dad sent him out there. He was hanging out the wrong crowd out here. I think.
The guy from the White Sox, what's his name? The rookie that came up last year?
Oh, Michael Kopech.
Yeah, he got injured right away.
Yeah,
well.
So I don't think it's a pitch or innings limit.
And you see there's evidence of pitchers pitching through elbow injuries too, like Masahiro Tanaka. How long have they been saying he's gonna?
Oh yeah, his elbow
He's
has
gonna
been
break.
attached to
Right?
And nothing has ever happened.
And Shohei Ohtani too didn't have to have Tommy John. He opted to do it. I think he should have done it last year. But I think sometimes you could pitch through the shit, and these guys just they decide. Like I said, I think it's about the money. This guy, I might be worth $100 million in 2 years. So,
but
I don't want to blow my arm out.
Is it really them or is it the organization saying like, yo, look,
it's mostly the organization.
Like, yo, look, I'm gonna make
an investment.
Yeah, like I'm gonna make an investment on you right now, and if I'm gonna make an investment, you better pitch all these years and everything. And I'm so I'm trying to get you to get this surgery now,
right?
So you could pitch for me. But if you don't, I'm not gonna invest in you.
Right.
That's what my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's.
I still think there was something going on there with Severino because he was quick to take that extension. And
all of
a sudden, okay, coach, my arm ain't feeling, my shoulder's feeling kind of weird.
I think he felt. I think he felt that pain before he took the extension.
And
that's why he took it.
He either felt it at the end of last year or during the off season. And he's like, fuck it, let me.
Is that Davis?
Because Luis Severino, when he's dominating, all right, the second half of last year he was horrible. He was a turtle. He was
tipping pitches.
Who?
Mm-hmm.
Severino. His velocity was still the same and everything.
But when he's dominating like that, he is.
That game against the Red Sox was the elimination game. You saw Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts standing on
they said fastball.
They're like fastball.
They're like
fastball. Boom. Crank.
And they're live.
Yeah, and Sevy said it in an interview. He said that he noticed that he was doing something. I can't remember what it was.
I think it was glove.
Yeah, he was like lifting his glove when he threw a fastball, and he was keeping it in when he was throwing.
It's shit like that. The same thing with Yu Darvish.
Like an obvious tip.
It was the same thing with Yu Darvish. He was gonna set here for a fastball and then gonna set here for the curveball.
That's super obvious.
And it's like
Sevy's was really obvious too. When he mentioned it, and you go back and look at it, you're like, oh,
you see it.
Hey, but credit to the hitters though. You have to, focusing on all that going on, and you're like, oh shit.
Even like a set up here, even like a set like a little bit down here to pick it up. Like, oh shit, when he gets set down here. This guy's throwing the curveball.
And you see what big of a difference a little adjustment like that makes. Because with Severino, I remember Pedro Martinez talking about this. When he first came up and he was struggling a little bit, it's because he was showing his pitches when he was about to throw it. And Pedro taught him to keep his arm in and to kind of mask it the whole way through. And that's when he became dominant. Just that one little adjustment.
Just that one little hiding,
but just hiding that ball.
Yeah, like this guy from the Marlins, the Kikuchi guy, that's like the big story on him, is he hides the ball so
the one from Seattle?
Yeah.
Do you see the slow
But it's more credit to the hitters. How do you see that shit from that far away? I see how he's gripping the ball. I know what's coming.
Yeah, that's what
it's not so much how he's gripping the ball. It's just that when you're, as a hitter, when you're looking at the ball for so long, it's just easier to hit than when it's like, oh, he's hiding. Oh, white ball coming out.
Not even that. With mechanics, when you're throwing like a changeup, let's say, they tell you, all right, try to slide your foot. Let's say they say they try to slide your foot for this pitch.
Foot, right?
Yeah, like your back foot, or try to slide your front foot, or try to open up a little bit more when you throw your curveball. When a pitcher is getting ripped or something like that, and they go back to the basics, and then they go back to I guess I gotta stay more tight or open up more, and then that's how they learn that that's how it's considered tipping your pitches, I guess.
Luigi knows that.
But that's crazy how shit like that.
The artist of the show.
It's shit like that, because shit like that, I really don't pick up sometimes. When I
neither. You have to be a beast to pick up all that shit.
Yeah, the only time I ever guessed pitches was the one time that Manny played with us, and I was telling Manny, I'm like, yo, when this guy's in the stretch, but this guy was awful. He hit his ball behind it, and he hit it like this.
You can see the grip?
Yeah, I can see the grip. I'm like, yo, shit, this guy's throwing a changeup.
That's why I'm always sitting on fastballs, guys. always sit on fast.
Sit on fast,
If I ever had
but
to
adjust
give
to
you-
anything else.
Yeah, just
Word,
like
right. If I ever had to give a good advice
so
on
you
you,
might talk about
yeah.
this guy was like this.
It's always sit on fast.
Right?
Circle change.
I mean,
Right?
going
I'm gonna take
that, what you said,
I'm gonna take this switch. If it's a change,
it's like when they were talking about for sale.
I mean, a smart guy, I would have fucked with everybody. Like, yeah, grip it here, and then cut it here, and then change it up, throw your fastball, you know, like.
That's what I would do.
Because the mind is, you can't control your mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should I say it or you say it?
But when he did that, right, I'm like, this dumbass. Like,
So going back.
Attention teachers and students.
Hey, go back to like what you're saying that I heard something like in the Red Sox game when Sale's pitching, and like when you're a hitter, and instead of sitting on a pitcher's best pitch that you know you're not gonna hit, why sit on it? Sit on a fastball or sit on like his worst pitch or something.
If you're slumping, sit on a fast. Strike me out looking with 3 curveballs on the middle.
hi.
I mean, if I see 3 curveballs on the middle, I'm gonna take it back. But I'm gonna sit on a fastball because every major league pitcher has to throw a fastball.
But you're still guessing. At one point, you're guessing when is the fastball coming.
The thing is that, like, okay, I never played anything close to major league, but if I had to think about at bats, you literally envision a. You literally.
All right.
What are you trying to do?
Nothing. I'm looking at the levels and like when every time he
Oh,
talks, it
because
doesn't even show.
we're using different.
We're using
Yeah,
different mouths.
that one.
I was gonna say that when I say sitting on a fastball, you basically just see those guys have seen a million fastballs in their career. Just picture what a fastball down the middle is gonna look like, and if you see the what it's turning out to be, just start the motion of the bat. It'll be there. Is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, didn't they say something like, I can't remember what the reaction time is from the ball coming out of a pitcher's hand to the time that you have to react to swing?
0.003.
Something like that. So in that time, at some point, you're gonna have to say to yourself, "Okay, I'm committing now. This is where I'm gonna guess fastball and swing."
But the thing is that I'm pretty sure those guys see like
Not even that. That goes back to what I was saying. They move different when they're throwing different pitches.
Yeah,
They
they
do.
do.
They do their wind up differently. Like they pick up their leg up. Either they pick up their leg up more, or they like drop a little bit more, or they slide it. I think that's what they do because it's impossible. As soon as some guy's throwing the ball, you have less than a second to be like, oh, I'm gonna swing or I'm not gonna swing.
And that's what the deception of hiding the ball is.
Yeah.
But
They're
also
guessing.
like
They're guessing in this league, yo. They're 100% guessing. Like,
Yeah.
if I was playing that league,
A-Rod, yo, this guy's like a baseball god in knowledge.
Yeah,
To me, I think that. I don't know if any of you guys think the same thing.
I hate it.
Don't get me started on it.
No,
shut up,
but
Isan.
like he
I can't still like about that movie.
He-
Let's talk about that later.
he took like hitting down to like a science
Yeah.
where he's like he didn't like I guess you could say guess pitches because he said that he knew what the pitcher was gonna throw before he even threw it. Cause like even when he's like commentating on like on TV and all that, he'll be like, oh, like for example, DeGrom right now, he just threw a high end fastball. He's probably gonna go like a curveball away, and all of a sudden, that's exactly what you see them throwing. Yeah, like he knows exactly what it is.
But that's what I'm saying. Like in this league, all the technology that they have. Like if I was to be like in that, I wish. Honestly, I wish I was there. Yo, all the technology video, I would just honestly study. Yo, I'll be like, yo, damn, what does this guy throw at 3-3-2?
They do.
What does this guy throw at 3-1? And honestly, sit on it. Yo, if every like what's Kirk Gibson that he was like, yo, that on the scouting report it said that Eck was gonna throw a slider. That's what I would do. I'll be like, all right, so 3-2, this guy normally throws a slider.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on a slider. That's it.
I'm always sitting on a fastball, Manny.
That's it. No, because honestly, if you have the scouting report, use it.
Yeah.
I would use it.
You know what? I'm sitting on a fastball, and if it's a hanging breaking ball, you're probably already here. You just gotta learn how to hold back.
Yeah.
And just let it.
Yeah.
All right, in our amateur league, I'm sitting on a fastball.
It's easier to adjust to a curve, like like you said, guess fastball and adjust to a curveball. Then if you're saying, I'm gonna curve out, I'm gonna take a hat, and you get 95 up in it,
Especially the guy's curveball set is 74 and he's throwing 95. Yeah.
But that's one thing where it comes to like studying pitches. That's why like Manny Ramirez, like everybody, he has he's notorious for being lazy or whatever. But
he's a genius.
if you read a lot on Manny and search around, like the dude was a genius when it came to hitting. Like he studied, he watched film, he practiced. I read something online. I don't know if it's true or not, but with Manny, anything is possible. I read that Manny Ramirez would intentionally look bad on a pitch in order to bait the pitcher to throwing it again.
I believe that.
They said that on MLB.
Miguel Cabrera, there's actually a video of Miguel Cabrera.
Wow, what a cat.
There were times that Manny, supposedly there were times that Manny would swing at a curveball and look, terrible. In order to make the pitcher think like, oh wow, I really fooled him. Throw it again. And when he throw it again, Manny's like, yeah, gotcha, buddy. Boom.
And Manny's actually,
as we say this, Alex is coming in the corner of the
I'm a big Manny Ramirez fan.
Yeah, me too. I love Manny. I've watched highlights of Manny.
I've worn the number 24 since freshman year in high school till now.
I love Manny Ramirez.
Look at my background. Not gonna lie.
No, but I heard a story that Manny Ramirez in the dugout, he had a book and he would keep track. Like, let's say like,
that was in my room.
On a 3-2, he struck me out with a fastball up and in. He'll go back and his book, he'll write it down.
Now they have all that shit for you.
Yeah, they have it all for you, but that's like people call him lazy. But I don't consider him lazy.
He was lazy on the field. He did shit that just
he was stupid. Yeah. He was stupid.
No,
on the field. On the field, he did some stupid shit on the field.
He did do some stupid shit on the field.
In Yankee Stadium, he threw himself and he ran over, like he rolled over the ball.
Who cares about that? He went into the bathroom in the middle of an inning while alive.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
It was a pitching change. No, it was a pitching change.
Yeah, it was pitching change.
It was a pitching change, and he went in and stood there for too long.
Bro,
taking a deuce.
There's more space out than in.
Yeah. He had the sunglasses that had the.
Bluetooth.
Started listening to Romeo. What a great
player.
Yeah, man.
So Manny, what else do you have on our topics there?
Can't check because it goes system overload. Go on.
We could talk about some. We could talk about. We can talk.
Manny, do you remember any of the topics, or just
I'll give him a topic if he doesn't have any. Let's talk about the highest score in the fantasy league. Bestia Cibaeña. Los Dragons is now scoring more than how many points? I think 1,000 by now.
Yo, Luigi.
I don't like your point.
Luigi, no. Can I say something? Fuck you, Luigi.
So Manny, any topics that you remember right off the top of your head, or that you want to talk on the show?
Who's the host of this shit, huh?
Hey, look, I couldn't be the show, the host of the show, and you guys speak.
Can we talk about how the Yankees should have gotten Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, or
no?
Can we talk about how they should have gotten Bryce Harper? Yeah, Bryce Harper. Why? He was a catcher. That's all I'm saying.
But they got Paxton.
Yeah, but they're not gonna put Bryce Harper as a catcher.
They didn't do it. It's like they didn't do anything. That they got Paxton at least.
No, but look, did they need?
They got J Happ, right?
It's funny. It's funny what. It's funny.
No, they didn't get him. They kept.
It's funny what.
They kept him.
It's funny what Paxton is doing this year, because if you take what Paxton has done this year and you go back and look at his numbers,
that's what he is.
Huh?
That's what he is. What he is right now, that's what he is.
And I'm saying, if you look at
Paxton is a strikeout pitcher, but he doesn't go deep into it.
Yeah, if you look at what he's done and you look at his past, if you look at his career so far, he could be a bust.
I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think he's going to be decent, but I think that first off, J-Happ is a good pitcher, but
he's a good pitcher. I just don't think he's as good as Yankee fans.
How the hell do you go out and re-sign J-Happ when you have Dallas Keuchel? I would take Dallas Keuchel over
J-Happ. I
just don't believe in 35 starts last year, man.
You're talking about a guy that won Cy Young and he's been in contention for Cy Young
pitcher in Yankee Stadium. That's exactly what you need.
Yeah.
I too.
Man.
I mean, Yankee Stadium.
I don't think the Yankees should have gotten Bryce Harper or Manny Machado because we had enough offense.
But giving
Dallas Keuchel would have made a lot of sense.
Dallas Keuchel.
But Manny, giving.
I'm answering his fucking question.
Manny, giving all the injuries now on the Yankees.
Of course.
Would you be like, oh?
Of course.
Yeah, but you can't predict those injuries.
But you can't predict that Gary Sanchez, Giancarlo Stanton,
I know,
and Duhar, especially with the season injury, like something could be season ending.
But they do have an injury history though.
Namigel and Duhar.
Giancarlo, yeah.
No, Namigel and Duhar, but Stanton, Sanchez.
Yeah, but you don't expect them all to go down at the same time.
Exactly.
No, but what I'm saying is that No, what I'm saying is that they have injury history, and Bryce Harper
has injury history.
Yep.
He has injury history,
but Manny.
Manny Machado.
Okay, Manny Machado's another story. And when I found out,
Manny Machado has had injury history.
Last
first couple of years.
When I found out that that the Mets were offering Jacob DeGrom for Miguel Andujar, and who was the other guy?
I think it was Domingo Germán.
I would have done that trade in a heartbeat. That would have opened it up for Manny Machado. Then yes, bring him in. But at this point, the Yankee offense is not the problem.
It's not.
On this team. It's not the problem. It's the pitching. It might be the problem now.
Just like a lot of teams, it's the pitching so far this year.
Oh, this week has been horrible. I want to go back into fantasy, but shit.
So you're not blaming the Yankees losing right now. So you're not blaming the Yankees losing right now because of offense or fielding.
I'm blaming it on offense.
Because have they been really fielding crisp and all that, or
so we signed DJ LeMahieu. He's panning out, right?
He's a monster.
Aaron Judge has been decent. Maybe he's not Aaron Judge level yet, but he's still decent compared to other ball players.
No, not that one.
Gary Sanchez was a beast, but then he got hurt. What are we supposed to do?
I know he was carrying my fantasy team, man.
You know what? Miguel Andujar, working on third base during the offseason, he's hurt now all of a sudden. Troy Tulowitzki, you signed for $500K. He looks good in spring training.
I mean, you can't be surprised at Tulo.
No, I'm not surprised. But what I'm trying to say is the problem with this team last year wasn't the offense. We scored enough runs.
The Yankees.
Yeah, but that's the same thing with the Red Sox right now. We're scoring runs.
Yeah.
If you look at the games that we've lost,
and last year, your primary game, the Red Sox, was scoring runs. If you look at the stats, you guys were number 1 on all the fucking
offensive stats.
You know how many games the Red Sox came back last year from being
ridiculous?
Seventh inning on.
There was a point last year when I turned on a game and we were down 8-0, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna at least tie this game, bro. And we came boom, tied, won the game.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you look at we're coming back little by little and we'll tie it, boy, our pitching has been fucking.
No, this year was if we're gonna make a comeback, we got to 30 runs.
I want to say, Rick Porcello gave up 3 hits.
Our pitching is messing
up. I called it. I want to say, we've
had a few games.
Rick Porcello.
We scored
Chris Davis had 4 RBI.
They gotta demote Chris Porcello.
And you guys will be mad when I pick him up and he's putting up.
They gotta demote.
Yeah, he's gonna get 53 home runs.
When Chris Davis got the hit, I knew we were losing.
All right, let's all talk one at a time, please.
No, but if you guys look at Chris Davis real quick, again, dorky shit, but go and look at his StatCast shit on Baseball Savant. He's been hitting that ball hard for
a lot of that has been unlucky.
Super unlucky, I think.
I mean,
he still.
I agree.
Yeah, he can't be unlucky for 50 something.
Because in that game, who they played?
He can't be that unlucky
before they came into Fenway. Was it
Toronto?
Bro, in that series, there was one where he smacked the ball right at the right field. He must have hit it at a buck something, but it was right at the right field. So he's been making contact.
Yeah.
The Orioles. I think they played the Yankees before coming in.
No, I think it was
the White Sox.
Toronto at Fenway.
No, man, he would never get
we faced Toronto before the series.
We had 2 games versus Toronto.
Pause real quick. We signed.
I was gonna say something about the Red Sox.
What the fuck is this?
I want to say something about the Red Sox last season. Manny always says that the Red Sox had a career year, right?
Oh my! I hated that.
Just to counter real quick. Hated it. If could you make the argument that everybody had great games against the Orioles last year? Would you accept that argument?
Not the Yankees.
You know how bad the Orioles were last year? Would it make sense that every team played good against the Orioles, therefore they lost a lot more games?
Not the Yankees.
No. I'm just saying.
Okay, every other team besides the
Yankees. If there's an argument for a team having a career year, can there be an argument for the entire team
to be bad,
having down years?
Maybe it could be the culture of a team.
I mean, it depends on the talent, because if you
if
you have guys that you've seen Fulano's good, this guy's good, but all of a sudden the team sucks. But the Orioles, bro, you can't even name 5 of their stars.
No, but the Orioles wanted to go into the playoffs 2016. They beat the Red Sox.
And they traded everybody pretty much.
Yeah, so they weren't the worst.
But they also had Bundy was having a decent year 2 years ago.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? A lot of their players were doing good, and all of a sudden they suck. Yeah, Ubaldo Jimenez was decent at one point.
Jonathan Scope was right.
Jonathan Scope. I mean, he's still
good. But they started trading. They
were having career years.
They saw that they were going nowhere.
No, but I'm just trolling.
I think they're taking on purpose.
I'm surprised they didn't keep Jones around, man. That was messed up.
That's fucked up, man.
Yeah, but Jones.
I think it was messed up.
Arizona got a steal with that, bro. He's a 33-year-old all-star outfielder. He's got a ton left in the tank.
I mean, and then with Adam Jones, I think it was messed up because he was asking, when they traded Manny Machado, he was asking to get traded, and they were like, no.
They offered a few trades.
I think
No, it was the opposite.
He said
he wanted to stay. He wanted to finish.
You sure? Because
he wanted to finish.
I heard that they had a trade in
because they wanted to trade
up.
I don't know what
he did.
I forget what the rule is, but there's like a 10 and 5.
Yeah.
Where if you're with a team for 10 years, you get it's like a union thing. You automatically get a no trade clause. So you can say if they complete a trade with you in it, you can say no, and that's what happened.
He didn't want to go.
Go search that shit up.
I think it was.
That rule.
I didn't know that.
In Major League, and out of those 10, 5 have to be with the same team.
Exactly.
And then you can be.
Yeah.
That rule I didn't know about.
You can veto a trade.
Yeah.
But I didn't know.
Does that apply also
Yeah,
after having a contract with a team?
No, you have to have 5 years, like he said, 5 years with one team and 10 years of Major League experience.
No, I'm saying, but like, let's say, okay, after that, let's say for example, Alex Rodriguez.
Right.
When he signed that contract with the Yankees.
I think he already had a no trade on his deal.
He had no trade clause
already. But let's say he didn't have it on the contract after that certain amount of years. Can he have a no trade clause?
I'm guessing that if you sign a contract with a team like Ozzy Albies, I'm sure. I bet you that in there it says that the 5 and 10 doesn't apply to him.
It has to.
Like
There's no way because then why would they include a no trade clause?
Right. Why would you offer him a deal then? Because he could say to you, "Fuck you, I'm injured. I don't want him."
Exactly. So I think once it's a contract signed, I think it's
that contract.
I think it's like I don't like it.
I did some reading about it, and they said it was. I mean, you can't really knock the guy. He's rich. He's regardless. It's life-changing money. I mean, in the baseball world, that's chunk change.
But in the real world, it really is.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I saw that he didn't get like that big international signing bonus. Like, there's guys that get 5 million. I think he got like $350K, which is solid. But he's playing on the minor league, on the league minimum too. Yeah. But I think I don't even think it's so much the money, it's just the years, bro. You could have took 4 or 5 at that.
Exactly.
Not 7, bro.
That's what
like
I'm saying.
If I'm him, I would have been like, you know what? I'll give you a contract. Just sign me up, buy off my arbitration and all that crap. After that, like I want to hit
the same thing with Acuna. I feel like he could have taken the last few years.
My problem with Acuna's contract is that if it pans out to its entirety, he's gonna be 31 years old in this.
Yeah, because the two options.
The two
options
for Albies, he'll be 31 when he hits free agency.
So you're just hurting yourself. Like I get it. If you're saying to yourself, okay, I'm gonna get guaranteed $5 million. That's more than I can ever imagine.
But
at least say
that in arbitration.
Exactly. At least say, give me the $5 million guaranteed until I become an unrestricted free agent, and then you don't have to deal with me during arbitration. And then you can renegotiate a contract. But why fucking lock yourself in after you're free agent eligible? That doesn't make sense.
And more years after that. They're both coming out like at 31?
Jacob deGrom, in arbitration, he just got an extension, but in arbitration, he got like 17 mil?
Exactly.
Nolan Arenado got 26 mil in arbitration. These guys are taking $5 million a year.
Mookie got 23? Like, come on.
Crazy.
Watching the thing on YouTube, I was talking to you guys about the Trevor Bauer thing. It was Trevor Bauer and Nolan Arenado talking, and Trevor Bauer actually asked him. They're like, "Oh, why did you take that offer from the Rockies?" And he said that he didn't care about like what the money was or
but he got
whatever.
But he got more than Manny did.
Yeah,
on an annual.
And he said
60. I'm not complaining either.
He said like, oh, he was more focused on years. Yeah, and he wanted more secure something for his future. He's like, yeah, when like both sides were talking and they were talking about numbers, like he wasn't even involved in it. And then once they went to him, like he just said yeah.
So Albies needs to fire his agent then.
Yeah,
it could be his agent.
Even if
because my thing with Albies is just the years.
Yeah, even if Albies was looking for years, he could have gotten more money for the same amount of years. So it's like it's still stupid either way.
Because if you would have gotten 10 mil, I still would have been like, it's kind of low. But then it's like, it's a little bit more.
For 70, if I'm again, you can't really because he did have because I was reading too. There was like multiple factors. Maybe these guys are kind of like on the edge because of the the friction between the players union and the league.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to get the money now before shit starts getting a little.
I'm thinking about like Severino and Hicks, who clearly fleeced the Yankees with their contracts.
Oh no, Hicks was.
But with the Severino contract, especially, it only takes him through arbitration. That's it.
Yeah,
when he becomes a free agent.
That's more.
Because it's like they're literally buying out.
arbitration.
Like
and
4 or
then
5
some.
years after.
Yo, but see, look, well, I'll be just making for that 7 years. There's one player making that in 1 year.
Crazy.
That's insane. Literally, what he's making through 7 years.
Yeah.
Zach Greinke's making that this year.
Right.
Still $5 million.
I saw.
It
I'll
is.
take $5
It
million.
is. I would take $5 million. Like,
Listen, they have the.
but
Braves,
you know he can make more.
if I'm in the National League East right now, I would be fucking terrified of the Braves because they signed these two studs.
Yo, and they're gonna have enough money.
I think
to go.
in total they
Especially
have
a cool
they have
guy.
both of them in total for like 150 million total.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, and now the Braves have the financial flexibility to go out and sign basically whatever the hell they want.
Hell yeah.
On the
Maybe-
flip side, it's like who's available though, because everybody's gone.
No, but
Yeah.
then
Maybe
they
that's
even make probably
what.
trades to get that shit.
Maybe that's what they were talking to Acuna and Albies about. Maybe they're like, okay, look, we're gonna give you this amount of money, and it's actually gonna leave us with more room to bring more guys in for like a dynasty.
No, yeah. I mean, the way
No,
you're painting the
definitely
picture,
not.
I see how
I
he looks like a saint,
still-
and that's great. If that's the case, if he was like, I'll take less.
Like
I'm Tom Brady in this shit. I'm gonna take less money so we
yeah,
can
but
build
the thing is,
Like
like,
Acuna
just
was an
don't-
upcoming star. Like Acuna looked like he could be
Acuna's
one of
gonna
the
be-
best
he is gonna
in the
be
league. He could be somebody that could demand 30 a year, and he's getting what, 7?
the thing is, though, like, cool, like, let's say, like, the Braves now, they have all the money, you know, they have those guys, the core intact at the moment.
But like you
Freddie
said,
Freeman.
who's
But
a
then
free
it's like,
next
who's
year?
available,
Damn.
you know?
Who
Yo,
is that?
Josh Donaldson just hit a line drive home run over
That's a
Jacob
steal.
DeGrom.
Yo, they're paying him more. I know it's just 1
He's
year.
getting, what, 20?
23,
But
right?
Donaldson's a beast, man. He was hurt last year.
Yeah, no, he was hurt last year.
That's only his second
He's
home run.
healthy. Offensively, he's the best third baseman in baseball.
Offensively?
Yes, look
Better
at the
than
numbers.
Nolan
Well,
Arenado.
Yes.
The
Matt
guy
Chapman-
just
I think Matt
30
Chapman is
and
better than
130.
Nah. Oh,
Hey.
no.
What is
Until-
Compare Ronaldo to Donaldson in 2017.
Offensively, no. Okay.
Until-
But I
Offensive-
don't know,
Hey.
Comparing them this
Nolan
year.
Arenado, you can pencil him in for 30 and a 120 right now.
Hey, Manny,
Sure.
until
Yeah.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. comes up.
Nah.
All
I don't even think he's. I don't even think Vladdy's gonna
Look.
be about
Hey,
that.
Vladdy need to lose some weight, bro. That boy.
Yeah.
Actually, he
that
lost.
boy looks kinda
By the
chubby.
end,
He
he's
For
gonna
a third
be.
baseman,
he lost 10 pounds.
I heard he came in really overweight for spring training.
Yo, 50
Injuries
pounds.
are gonna get him. Injuries are
Yo,
gonna get him.
he's too big for that position.
I just can't buy
He's
that.
too
I
big.
cannot buy that Vladimir Guerrero, who's one of my favorite players of all time,
What a star.
is a fucking beast, and that his son's gonna be a beast too. That's just not fair.
Yo,
Better.
but
They're saying his son's gonna be better.
Yeah, they
Yo,
said
the way he's hitting
a better hitter than Vladimir.
Yo, that.
Vladimir, if you
I
count
doubt-
shit
I
like that,
doubt-
he's still
hold on.
fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
I doubt that
Maybe
Vladimir
in
Guerrero
power
had this
numbers,
height.
maybe.
Nah, Vladimir Guerrero.
But
nah,
in
nah,
general-
I doubt that. I don't
Bro.
remember. I don't remember.
Can you remember ever seeing a hitter like Vladimir Guerrero?
No, but I can't remember the last time a prospect got this much hype either.
I
think
think Bryce Harper got
I
hype.
think
Bryce
the
Harper
hype.
got
I
a
think
lot
the
of
hype only
Bryce
comes
Harper,
from.
Steven
I
Strasburg.
think-
Steven Strasburg got a lot of hype. He was the next Nolan.
I remember
Ryan.
Bryce that we're following him through high school.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
followed
I
him on
remember
YouTube.
He was on Sports Illustrated at the age of 16.
Yeah.
Well,
he
Vlad-
was, he
well,
was
Vlad, they're
LeBron
saying
James,
that-
the chosen one.
Well, Vlad, they're saying that he's gonna be a better hitter because they're saying he's gonna have more power than that Vladimir has, and has better pitch selection.
Yo,
Vlad.
Yeah, maybe a
I
better
think-
pitch selection.
I think-
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe he
Honestly,
wouldn't.
honestly,
That's what makes him
honestly,
great.
I.
You can't pitch the guy.
I know, but he
Because
could
if-
hit anything.
no,
But
just
if he
speed,
just
nigga, damn.
kept the bat on his shoulder a little bit, drawn one or two more walks.
I mean, he probably would have
But
taken
maybe-
those walks for a couple RBIs because
Yeah.
that swim where it bounced off the ground. You know,
Yeah,
and then
yo.
he get an RBI.
Yeah.
I feel like
But you know what's crazy?
you know,
That was.
Hey, you know that swing that he has that bounce off the ground, he hit it? You know how Javi Baez did the same shit?
Yeah.
Yo, it landed in the same spot.
yeah,
Look,
it was almost
both
identical.
They're both
Well, the only
identical.
difference, I feel like Javi kind of threw the
No, he
bat
threw
at
his
it.
bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vladdy just fucking
Vlad
straight
just swing.
swung at that
But
shit.
when you look at it where it drops, it
Yeah,
lands
it was
both
identical
between the
left
shortstop
and
and the shortstop running back.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit.
So Luigi, you want to say what you wanted
Well,
to say?
anyways, what I wanted to say 15 minutes ago was that I think Vladdy Jr. is just all hype. If Vlad wasn't his dad, he would just be another regular Dominican kid that could hit the shit out of the baseball, and that's all I'm gonna say, man.
That's facts. That's facts.
He would be just a regular Dominican kid.
Because listen,
That's, I wouldn't say that he sucked. Yeah, I wouldn't say that he sucked. I wouldn't say that he sucked.
Power.
He has power.
Have you
know
guys
he
seen
has
that video where he hit a bomb and took off a light?
Yeah, he has
light
power.
tower.
I've seen that.
The Bang Bros over there. Yeah. What were you saying about Black?
No, I already said it. I just think.
Because of the dad.
But like, have you guys?
I just think that Vlad is all hype because his dad is amazing He's like one of the best, the best to come out of DR. You could say the best hitter to come out of DR, right?
At the moment.
Right. So that being his dad, it just adds to the hype. Like, yo, this kid can hit a whole bunch of home runs in single A. He was in single A, right?
Nah, he was in double A.
In double A. He wasn't even in triple A. And there's all this hype behind this guy. Now, when he comes to the majors, if he's about it, then all right, I'll believe it. But right now, it's just all hype.
But if I must say, because I was following him last year,
So was I.
he hit 436. 436
for the season.
All right. So then, what would you do? Move him up to triple A?
But they did.
So he hit 436 in triple A.
They're averaging out
all the minor league.
He was the minor league player of the year.
Yeah, he was minor league player of the year.
So
he
he
hit
was the top
436, and I can't say exactly how many home runs, but it was 20 plus home runs.
No, I think he actually almost hit. I think he hit the 30. I think he hit the 30 one when you combine everything.
No, that was the same one.
I'm gonna say this about Vlad though. Even if Bryce Harper was the bigger prospect, because we did follow him from the age of 16 going up, I don't remember hearing anything about Bryce Harper's minor league success.
But
he got streamlined into the MLB.
Yeah.
Regardless of what Bryce Harper was gonna do, I feel like he was gonna go to the majors at the age of 19 or 20. You know, Vlad, it's like we've been hearing about him for like almost 2 years now, right?
Yeah, not long.
And now he's still not in the major leagues, and we're still like.
And by the way, he's eligible to now. He's past that deadline. He could be called up. Friday, haven't done it.
Yeah, no, but he did suffer an injury. So
and just to counter the 436 point, Aaron Judge wasn't good in the minors.
Nah, Aaron Judge was trash.
And look at him now.
He had the power. He did have the power.
And then I could drop this mic over.
But
I mean,
even Mookie Betts, honestly, did anybody hear?
Mookie
no. Did anybody hear these articles or videos of saying, "Oh, this guy's a studies next"?
About Mookie?
I mean, he was amongst the top prospects.
I did.
Nowhere near the level of Vlad.
No, but probably if you weren't a Red Sox fan, if you weren't a Red Sox fan, you didn't hear Mookie.
Yeah.
But I heard of Mookie because of being a Red Sox fan.
We're not Blue Jays fans, and we hear about Vlad almost every day.
Yeah. So look, I was gonna say I do think Vlad being his. I'm sorry, because I think that was the son's password.
Spit it out, Ivy.
No, so I think that does add to the hype, especially since Brian was the Hall of Fame last year.
2 years.
That's what you got? No, last year.
Was that last year?
Last year.
On the other side,
I don't know.
He got to the Hall of Fame last year. So no, I think that does add to the hype. Him being his dad does add to the hype. But I do think he's as good as they're making him out to be.
And it's possible.
Offensively.
Yeah,
offensively.
and it's possible. You had Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. But Ken Griffey Jr. was... Ken Griffey Sr. was good, but he wasn't that good.
Yeah, Ken Griffey was just
average. Barry Bonds' father was good, but he wasn't that good. We're talking about Vladimir's a Hall of Fame, one of the greatest hitters of all time.
But then...
How the hell is his son going to...
Yeah, but Manny.
Can you imagine?
Can I say that Barry Bonds' godfather was good?
Oh, Willie Mays.
I'm gonna ask the question. I'm gonna ask the question right now. I'm gonna ask the question right now. I have to ask.
Is Jr. and I think they have. They also have Craig Biggio's.
I'm gonna ask the question right now. Wait, hold on, Ivy. Is Vlad even good in third? What position does Vlad play?
Guys, raise your hand. Please raise your hand.
Ivy's also great, and you don't hear about him.
What position does Vlad Jr. play?
Third base.
Is he even good in third base?
He's working at his
I would say he's
weight issues.
All right, so I think a player with so much hype should at least be like top at his fielding position. At least.
I agree.
Because how are you gonna be considered the best and be like, yo, a game changer when you could only hit?
It's all about hitting.
But he's the best prospect.
Raise your hand, guys. Raise your hand. Guys, Ivy, I was raising my hand.
So
if it's like this, though,
and DH, you could DH him. I'm just saying.
Raise your hand. It's a podcast.
This is not first grade.
Let's all talk one at a time. So, no, like, if it's like that, all right, you gotta be the best player at your position. And that's what you're, like, hitting and fielding. That's what you're saying, right?
I mean, I'm guessing, in today's day and age, especially looking at Vlad Jr., he's always on TV. Well, when he was on TV, like, he's not that much on TV because the season started, but you would think that he's, like, amazing at third base. But he is amazing. He's amazing.
He's average.
You would think that he's like the top prospect.
But the talk has always been about his bat.
But then it comes back then to Bryce Harper. what was his position?
Catcher.
It was catcher, and he was actually an elite catcher.
And he's not a good outfielder.
And he's not. Yeah, he's not.
I think he's
outfielder.
average. I know the numbers. I know the numbers show different.
And then we see him now. He's in the outfield, so it's not like right now. Major League, what sells is offense.
What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
but
First base?
you see what they did with Bryce Harper?
I think.
DH, you DH. No, move to first base.
Yeah, man.
Move into first base. No, move into first base. You don't have to DH him at a young
He
age.
stays in the
Move to
American League.
first.
He doesn't need to field.
Who?
But Vladdy, he's also limiting himself
He's not gonna
in
want
the
to
future because then he's taking away half the teams.
No,
Well,
but move to first.
I think baseball's bringing universal DH. So yeah, he
Yeah.
could be a DH.
Please, because I lost Lester because of that. Fuck, man.
Yeah, no, it has to. You see, these pitchers can't hit. They can't run.
Like nobody, like
I mean,
Chime-
a handful of them can.
Who? Chime Wong? What was that?
One career got derailed
Busted.
because of running.
Busted.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn man, I'm gonna go cry now.
They could have moved
Only
the
thing that
Houston
pitchers
Astros.
do in practice.
I heard about this. What do you guys think, right? Because some pitchers actually do want to hit, and some people are so in love with watching a pitcher hit for some reason. How about they play? Okay, pitchers want to hit, fine, go
decide.
hit. But if you get on base, can we bring a runner,
Like a courtesy?
like a
courtesy runner,
and he can still be technically
man,
brought
yeah.
back?
I don't like that.
Yo, don't let stop. I hate these.
Because
Make America great again. Here we go.
Yeah,
Make America great again.
I hate this. Like, yo, like let my pitchers hit. That's strategy. Nah, listen, fuck that strategy because you don't. There's never a moment unless the team is getting blown out that a position player has to come in and pitch. There's pitching and then there's hitting. I understand that in our independent leagues and the way baseball used to be, pitchers had to hit. But unless you're Shohei Ohtani, you shouldn't be hitting, yo.
You shouldn't.
Nobody that can't.
Not
Nobody,
even that, but like I
like,
said,
might as well-
if you want to hit and they get on base, let somebody run for them. Half of the injuries,
Exactly.
more than half
No,
of the
but
injuries
even
come from
that-
running the base.
Oh my God,
But
that's
even
so
that,
heavy.
Listen,
but even
hamstring
that,
is
don't-
like, come
but
on,
even
man.
that, pitchers should not be hitting.
Nah.
That is like
I
a
agree.
professional.
With the way the game is now, no.
That's
No.
but
It should be a decision.
112 pitches.
Yo, look.
Yeah.
It should be universal DH, right? But if you decide to put your pitcher into start, like if you have like a massive Bumgarner who can hit, if you decide you don't have DH for that day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
do you guys then feel like all right then
Yeah,
managing the American League and managing the National League? Do you think there's more managing in the National League than the American League because of this pitching and hitting?
Yeah, but you also have to
so
take
then-
out.
1% more.
But how many
manager.
times?
So
do you have to
then-
take your pitcher out when he's dominating?
You
Because
saw
you got to pitch
Rays,
it.
the Rays are wiping the floor with everybody and managing with the shit they're doing this year.
Bro,
with,
the Rays, if you give the Rays some money, bro, they
yo,
will be
that team, I
unstoppable,
love
man.
the way that team
Whoever,
plays.
like, with those guys calling the shot, scouting and all this, all of that,
They're
you give
cool.
you
And
open
not
up
just
a
that.
checkbook and be like,
Yeah,
yo,
but their payroll is like 50, 60 million. They could spend more money.
They could.
But they have nobody going to the stadium and they're cheap as fuck.
They're good.
But they don't have to. They're in first place.
The same thing with Oakland. Oakland can spend so much money, yo.
They're not winning the division.
Oakland can spend so much more money.
Yo, can we give the Grom a shout out real quick?
Shout out to
115
Yeah,
pitches.
the Grom is at
115?
115.
So Jacob DeGrom is at 115 pitches
Listen, man.
in the 5th inning, and he's losing 3-1 to Atlanta.
Listen, man, I know what it feels.
Quick question: do you
I
guys
know.
think we'll see more a picture eclipse of 115 this season?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe Verlander.
I was gonna say Verlander.
Unless it's a no hitter or a perfect game going on.
No,
It's just
yeah,
a regular
we
start.
will. No, yeah,
Not
we
even
will.
these
We
managers
will.
don't give a fuck anymore. In the 6th inning, they'll take a picture.
Nah, but we will.
The
I'm not
Grom's
gonna say
last
who,
start,
but we will.
he went. I don't think it was 115, but he
115.
I know
he
it's a
went
lot.
106 or 109 or something.
We still got the
But
full.
the Grom has what right now? 113?
115.
He's
115.
losing the game.
114, 115.
In the fifth.
You're saying eclipse that? Like,
Yeah, like, is there going to be a pitcher this year who
think so.
tosses more than 115 pitches?
yeah.
Yes.
Think so?
Scherzer.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't think so. Even Scherzer
Sorry.
looks a little weak.
Yes.
Weaker. He's striking out people.
Yes.
We should just not even count April. Like, just enjoy.
Why not?
Yo, this has been
enjoy
a
the
good
game.
fucking month for me.
No,
Yeah,
man.
man. See, that's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Every win
Especially
counts,
the American
man.
League.
No,
East,
every
yo.
win
The
does
American
count.
League East
Every win
doesn't-
does count.
It does,
Let's
yeah.
just ignore April for now. Like, April is, let's enjoy
can't.
it, but we're not even going to be thinking. I remember when the Mets were good last year in April.
Yeah, but
They
those are
were.
the
They-
Mets.
I feel like that's a mistake. You should manage and every game from
The same.
beginning.
No.
Yeah.
Because if the Red Sox miss the playoffs or the division by one game, I'm gonna come back and look at this Orioles series
Exactly.
and I'm like, what the fuck?
All these
man,
series-
one
all-
game against the
man,
Orioles, we
no,
could have
no,
won.
wait.
And
All
okay,
these series we should have won. Besides
Hold
the
on.
one against Oakland. Oakland was the only good team.
Hold up.
Or
Now we
Seattle,
talk
Seattle, you got
No,
to
let's
down.
not-
These guys,
Seattle's fucking
One thing is how you manage the game. You manage the game like you're supposed to win every game. But I'm talking about everything we're seeing now in terms of performance.
No,
it's
yeah,
April.
everything
Everything's
It is
exciting.
April.
Yeah,
It is
April.
April.
People are striking out more. Nobody's hitting us. People are hitting more.
People's
home runs
batting
than
averages
usually.
are like 500.
They're up. They're inflated. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Who was batting 500 like Tim Beckham?
Tim Beckham,
Yeah.
Yo,
Shit.
the Mariners
Just
all right,
got
here's
dropped.
A quick question. Here's a quick question.
Who got dropped?
Waiver frenzy for
Mariners
Yannick.
not making the playoffs.
Quick question. Mariners, are they real
No.
or not?
Nah.
Hey, I think so. I think so. I think
I
so.
don't think so.
No.
Look,
They're-
with the
the
Mariners,
I've seen
hot
this
streak.
before, man. I've seen the Mariners go down to the wire trying to sneak into a wild card or whatever, and they just fade away.
They're not even gonna be 500. They're not even gonna be 500.
I don't know about that.
No,
but
I think
know
they
that
are a
come August,
wild
they're
card
not gonna be in
team.
the- I don't
Mariners?
No.
I think they're a
No.
wild card team.
Hell no.
When is
So
the
then,
division?
so then you're saying that there's going to be two teams coming out of the West in the wild card because the A's are good this year again,
Houston's good.
and the Astros are going to go to the playoffs. So that means that two wild card teams are going to come out of the West.
Yo.
So that
Look.
means that either the Yankees or the
Yo,
Red
Alex,
Sox are
that's
not
what-
going to
Look.
the
Yo,
playoffs.
person, Alex,
The
do you
way-
see how
look,
many
the-
errors that team
I'm not
makes?
saying they will, but I have a feeling that the Rays will be something. They'll be on top of the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Yeah.
In August for a win.
The Rays. I don't
Yo,
know.
all right.
I'm saying because it's either Seattle's making playoffs.
No, they're not.
Because-
I
no.
don't think so.
Their pitching
No.
is not going to catch.
No.
If we're going by what's going on now, and if Red Sox I'm really hoping they turn around.
Oh, they will.
We're
AL
saying
East is
we're
not
saying
made
they
for
will.
what's
We're saying they will.
Finish your
But
sentence, Alex.
in baseball, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, okay.
Yankees, same thing. Like,
Can I say
we're
something?
expecting-
Nick, can you let him finish?
This is a podcast when people talk and then you talk after.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Are
cool.
we gonna have the first fight and
No, it's so
World Star.
so like
Turn it into a
we
pod.
want these teams to turn around, but are they really going to turn around?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right. They're turning spots.
Yes, they're gonna
Is
turn
is
around.
Chris Sale gonna
Yes.
do better?
All right, no,
We
you're
saw
right.
Price.
Ah, you asked
do
so
it
many
today.
goddamn questions.
We saw Price pitch today, and he
He
did
did
good.
good.
But how
That's
many times is he going to keep it up the whole year?
He
Like,
will,
that's
he
all
will
questions.
have good starts
I know
like
what
that.
you're
Yo, all right.
My thing
Alex,
is, they can't be worse.
If Seattle
Have you
is
seen
doing this
Seattle
right
play?
now, why can't they keep it up all year?
they won't.
That's not who
Have
they
you
are.
seen? Have you
But
seen?
it's the same
have you
question you're saying
okay,
right now.
let me finish.
But I was talking.
Let me
But
finish.
it's the same thing. It's like, okay, or you're saying, oh, they won't, but what's the same thing? Like,
Let me
oh, the
finish.
Red Sox are like, oh, they're doing bad. Oh, no, they won't do bad all
But they're
year.
not. They're not in
It's
the same
thing.
division, so don't worry about that. Don't worry.
But
Have you
it's the
seen
same
Domingo
thing.
Santana? He's a streaky hitter. Yo, Edwin Encarnacion, streaky hitter. All their lineup is streaky hitters. Yo, do you see how many errors they make?
Yeah.
Do you
they're winning
see how
games.
many? No, but right, they're just winning games right now. Yo, that series against the Red Sox, our pitching is what fucked us up. We scored runs. Yo, they committed. Did you see what the third baseman made? Yo, 3 straight errors. Yo, that team is not good.
How about your bullpen though?
Our bullpen's actually not that
Our
bad.
bullpen's been a surprise.
Yeah.
They're the ones that they're
They're the ones
But
that
again, like you guys said, small sample size.
It's a
Is it
small
gonna
sample
be
size.
good for the whole.
It is.
Okay, I don't know. No,
Yeah.
I don't know
maybe
that.
Your starting pitching might pick it up. And maybe
It might turn around. So, like, all right, see, that's what I'm saying. We're doing good from the bullpen right now.
Yeah, Brazier's been good so far.
Oh.
Matt Barnes.
Matt
has
Barnes been
nails,
La
bro.
cara torcida, I can't stand.
Our
it.
starting pitcher has been horrible.
Walks in
Yo, our starting pitcher, that series against
Brazier,
Seattle,
that's like a-
our starting pitching is what messed
He
us
stands
up.
on the mound taking
Yo,
shots
we
like this.
scored 8 runs and lost the game.
All right,
He's a beast.
all right. I'm gonna say this about the Mariners.
They're
I
not
think-
making the playoffs.
I'm not saying. I'm
I
not
don't think
saying.
they're
I'm not saying they
They're
are
not.
or they aren't making the playoffs.
The
But I
offense are gonna
buy
keep up.
into the Mariners. Is what I'm saying.
Wow, really? You buy into the Mariners and you
They
buy
don't
into the
have-
Mets?
Wait. Excuse me. I have an opinion. I buy into the Mariners. Assume
But you don't buy into, but you know what? You buy into the Mariners, but you don't buy into the Mets?
No, I'm not buying into the
I
Mets.
buy into the Mets.
Wow.
Mets or Mariners? Who do you take?
Mets.
I
Mets.
put-
They have a
Who's
more
gonna have a better
complete
record
team.
at the end of the year?
The
Mets.
Mariners.
The Mets.
Mets.
The
Oh
Mets.
my God.
The Mets.
Damn, I wish I
And
had
then
soundboard.
You
playoffs.
kidding me?
Oh yeah.
And then playoffs.
Rookie.
Playoffs. National League. What division gets into the World Series? Not the specific team, just a division.
Division, the East.
The
East.
I'm gonna go.
Phillies.
I said the West.
Phillies.
Nationally,
Holy
the West.
shit, the Phillies are amazing.
I
Yeah.
said the West. I think the Dodgers do the 3-peat and they still don't win.
So you're going specific team right now.
I think the Dodgers
I'm
go
going
back
with
to
the
the World
Phillies, the
Series for the third time and lose.
No,
And then
that's not
Manning?
The
happening.
Dodgers
are
are
good.
deep, man. They're a deep
They're
team.
deep. They're deep.
But
The
are
Phillies
they
have a
World
lot
Series
of,
deep again?
Really good players.
They have
Yeah, I think the
good-
Dodgers could go to the
Yeah.
World Series.
The Dodgers
So
are good.
then championship series, you're saying
Dodgers Phillies?
Oh, it depends on how
you're
how
saying National League East against the National League West then?
Maybe.
Yeah.
depends on the bracket setup.
Wait, hold on a second. Don't sleep on the Brewers, bro. The Brew Crew.
The Brewers are decent.
Yo,
Yeah,
Yelich.
They've lost some guys, you know. With,
Yelich is
They
beasting
only
too.
have
Yeah,
Hader in the
that's-
bullpen.
But I still like Philly. I
I still think in
Philly.
the series the Dodgers could probably beat out the Brew Crew because they
The Dodgers.
I mean, unless they go out.
They're gonna need more than Hater.
Yo, Alex.
Do Dodgers beat
Seattle
Philly?
sucks.
Not losing Canaveral.
Yeah.
Do Dodgers beat Philly
like you
though?
said,
No.
The Dodgers are deep, man. They have like 8
They
starting
are.
pitchers.
Yeah.
But still,
They have 5. All their starting, their bullpen is like all starting. Any guy in their bullpen can
then-
throw 5 innings.
And then
That's
Dodgers, they
true.
still got Hill that's not on the mound
Yeah.
yet, and
That's true.
Kershaw's still not on the
Well,
mound.
now I
Kershaw starts
still,
tomorrow, guys. My starting rotation is
Kershaw.
I still like the Phillies.
6
I
innings, 3
love-
runs.
yo, that Phillies
What?
lineup.
6
How many?
innings. 6 innings,
Six
3
innings?
runs for Kershaw.
I'll take it.
Yeah, good.
It's 5 points.
Yeah, but you want to say why I like Phillies? I like
And against
the
win, it's
lineup.
10 points.
Yo, man, the reason I like Phillies, I love that lineup in Philly.
Yeah, their lineup is.
Yo, their middle of the
Yeah.
lineup is in the bottom.
Segura,
The middle of the
Bryce
lineup
Harper.
last year is in the bottom of
Listen,
the lineup.
JT Realmuto is
JT
is being
JT Realmuto?
overlooked because of the Harper signing, but that guy is.
Yo, but
Yeah.
look, JT
that guy's
Realmuto,
good.
he's like a top of the lineup.
And he
He's
hasn't
in the
even got
fifth spot.
going yet.
Yo, you got to lead off. You got Andrew McCutchen, Gene Segura, and then after that you got Bryce Harper and Reese
Yeah,
Hoskins.
that Harper.
And after those
that,
two,
Hoskins,
Realmuto.
3-4
McCutchen.
punch. Yeah, McCutchen. I didn't think he was gonna be all that, but
He's good.
Yo, he's been
doing
good.
really well.
He kicked
I
up.
love, with the Yankees, I love McCutchen, man. Like, I got on base.
Yeah, he's.
He is.
Listen.
I just didn't like that clean shave.
Yeah, I'm buying into the Mariners over the Mets.
No, yo, Lisan.
Oh my
CT.
Is that the beer talking to you?
Too many beers.
No. Yeah, CT.
But
The
how,
Mariners are
bro?
not going to be above 500, yo. This is the Mets last year.
The
Alright.
Mariners are not going to be over 500.
No.
Oh, so so we're
18 straight games with a home run.
You think they're not going to finish? above
No.
500?
No. That team is not that good.
Yo, the Mariners don't.
No,
have
don't buy
their
into-
rotation.
Don't
right
buy
now
into
is-
the hype
I
right
think it's a
now.
fluke.
I'm not buying into the hype.
Yes, you are.
Buying into the hype would be buying into the Mets. The Mets do this every year. They are good April.
The Mariners do
That's
that
buying
every
into
year.
the hype.
Yo, oh my God. Have you seen the Mariners? Have you
Yeah, I've
seen
seen the Mariners. Who gives a fuck? I'm saying that I choose the Mariners over the
Listen,
Mets.
Alex,
What's gonna happen?
Lisan, what you smoking, man? The Mariners are not good, yo.
Yo,
I don't
listen.
think the Mariners. I'm not gonna say that they're gonna. I don't know about 500.
No, they're not
I do
gonna
think
be
they'll
above
have a winning
500.
record, but I don't see them going to the playoffs.
That
I'm
starting
not
lineup.
saying. I never said if we can, since we're recording this shit, go back and say I never said they're making it to the playoffs.
No, he did.
No, you said you
He
bought.
did.
Alright, he said, but what did I say?
You said they're gonna be good.
Yeah, they're
They're
gonna
not.
be good.
They're
So
not.
above 500.
Yeah.
They're not.
So what's good to you? So what's good to you?
What do you mean?
What's a good team to you?
record wise.
A good team or good record wise?
Tell me your definition of a good team, and I'll tell you if the Mariners are going to be what you think is a definition.
A definition of a good team?
90
Houston,
wins.
Philly.
No.
A good team?
Houston's a good team. We know Houston's a good team.
A good 90 wins is a good team.
90 wins?
90,
No, I think
88
90
teams.
wins is a great team.
90 wins is a
Yeah,
great team.
that's
Tell
a
me what
great
good
I would
team.
say
right there.
you give me
Nah.
83 wins, that's a good team.
90 wins is not a great team.
100 wins.
Yo, 90. Yo, look at the Rays. The Rays won what? 90 what? And they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, because they played in division with the
Yeah.
Red Sox and the Yankees that
All right,
were 108 and
that's-
100
And then
That was a
Cleveland
good team.
won
That was a
how many
good
games?
That's a
team.
beast. No, that's a beast.
No, that was a
90
good team.
No, 90
Wait,
wins
I'm
is a
sorry.
great
Who's a good
team.
team?
Anybody at 90 wins is a good team. Or
So then
88
Cleveland
wins.
how many wins last year?
Or 88
Like
wins.
87?
I would
I
say
say 85 is a good team.
I would say
Yeah, I mean, they have
I would say
no
90
competition.
should guarantee
Yeah.
a playoff spot.
They could.
85 makes
No,
you.
no,
But you could be
not
a good
the
team.
ALs.
Not
You
a
could be a
big
good
guy.
team. You could be
But
a good team and make the
typically, a
playoffs.
typical
In the Central, 85 probably gets
Manny,
into the
you could be
playoffs.
you could be a good team and make the playoffs. All right, I would say between 87 and 90, you're a good
You
team.
guys are
Above
buying-
90 is a great team. Yo,
You guys-
Seattle's not a good team.
You guys are buying into the Mets. We're like failing to realize that
You're
their
buying into
bullpen is
Seattle.
ass. It's an
Yo,
ass
and the
bullpen.
Mariners-
And the Mariners defense, bullpen, starting pitching, trash.
Yeah, but then
Who's the Mariners
what's
closing
the
now
what's
that
the hype?
Diaz is
What's the
gone?
hype around the
Exactly.
Mets then? Like, tell me why the Mets are
They have
his team that's gonna be way better
They
than
literally
that.
just
They
talk
will be
about it.
way better than the
They
Mariners.
have the rotation.
They have the rotation.
Come on, bro. They have the rotation. They have a closer who can get it done, and they have these young guys mixed in with the veterans like Cano who can still bring it.
Seattle
the Mets can make some noise, man.
Yo,
So who
you're
takes the
talking about a
NL
team-
East?
Yo, you're talking about a
The
team
Phillies.
with no defense,
No,
no
the
defense,
division.
Philly.
no starting pitching, and
Philly?
no bullpen.
I'm rooting for the Phillies, but I don't know, man.
No.
The Phillies look
Honestly,
completely
you know what?
round
You know what?
and
I'll say
sound.
I'm rooting for the Phillies, and I'll also choose the Phillies because I feel like their starting pitching will outdo
Yeah.
the Braves.
So Phillies, Ivy,
In the American League, I mean,
NL
National
East,
League.
NL East.
Don't sleep
Phillies.
on the Nats.
Luigi?
either,
I think
but-
the Phillies look completely, like, really, really good defensively and offensively. So I'm
Besides?
picking the Phillies.
What's the question?
What's
National
NL
League
East?
East. I mean,
Who's taking it?
National
Who
League.
comes out of the NL
Who
East?
wins
The division winner.
Either the Phillies or the Nats.
Pick one.
Nah, don't tell me what to do. First of all,
Pick one.
Don't tell me what to
Nah,
do.
cause
If you, all right, Lisa.
pick one.
If-
Phillies.
all right.
Phillies, Jesus Christ.
If I have to be
Just
biased,
because of
just because my girl's a Met fan, I'll pick in Mets.
Stop with the bias.
All right, Central.
I think
Central?
NL Central.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Crew hands.
Milwaukee.
Luigi.
They have no competition.
NL Central.
You know I like the Cardinals.
I like
I don't feel like the
Milwaukee,
Cardinals aren't
but
big ball.
Milwaukee's gonna need way more than Hater.
Bro, Milwaukee can
And then
bring
Lisahin?
it, man.
Yeah, no, I'll pick Milwaukee.
Let's go, Brew.
All right. West.
Dodgers.
No question.
Dodgers.
And I think both wildcard teams are coming out of the NL.
I think
Yes.
we all agree with Dodgers.
I can.
I think wild card.
And then wild card.
Braves are national.
Braves and
I
Nationals.
think it might be Braves and
Braves
Nationals.
Braves and
Nationals.
Nationals.
Or Mets. One of those.
Or if
You
not,
know what? The Cubs might
Nope.
sneak in there. The
I don't
Cubs
know,
aren't
man.
as bad, bro. They can't
Nah,
be this
I think
bad.
that-
Rockies are good too.
the one team that might sneak in is the Cardinals for like the second
I
spot.
don't know.
I think the Cubs
I-
have a better chance.
I still don't buy on the Cardinals.
But you buy in Seattle. What the?
Yeah, I mean, I think.
I mean, look, Seattle.
Again, I never said Seattle went to the playoffs.
No, but I'm saying buying in. Like buying in.
Yeah,
you buy in
I
Seattle.
don't give a fuck.
All right, all right.
All right, so American League East. Who do you got?
Red Sox.
Ready?
got the Yankees, baby.
No, I mean, look,
All right,
we're
on
gonna be honest.
paper,
right
on
now.
paper, if everybody gets healthy and starts playing to their potential, Yankees.
I got the Yankees
Yeah.
injured or not
Okay,
injured.
so-
That's the whole point that I was trying to make to you about
Fern,
last season.
and who do you got?
On paper, the
American
Yankees
League
should
East.
be better than the Red Sox.
It's a little bit
Shut up, all right? You're trying to start
premature,
stupid,
but,
all right?
That's the whole point I was trying to make to you.
Yo, all right.
So
American League East. Just because of injuries, I'm not going with the Yankees. Red Sox are scaring me. I honestly think it's the Rays.
I don't know the
Yeah,
reason
that's
I
my
would-
heart tells me the Rays.
The Rays. Yo, since the
It's-
second half
it's
of
right
last year,
there,
and they're
like-
continuing.
Yeah.
They're continuing.
they have pitching actually
The
right
Rays.
now.
Not only that, but they're not afraid to try shit. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say with baseball. Like, you can't be married to analytics. You can't say, and I know that I'm not an analytics guy, but you can't say, like, after this, Samantha can't go a third time. In a
That's
row.
stupid.
You have to go by feel too. Like, okay, how does he look right now? How does he make? How do I feel? Do I feel confident?
And
enough to
Tampa is
stand
doing
If
that.
he's striking
right?
out
And
everybody in his.
Tampa tries different shit. They try an opener. They try moving the pitcher to first base and then bring him back in so they can use him 2 times in a game. Like,
Yeah, even the Cubs do that because I remember Joe
yeah,
Morgan.
so
they
they tried
Joe
different
Madden.
shit.
Honestly, bro, the Rays are great.
I love that team, man.
AL Central then.
AL Central?
Fans go.
It's
Manny.
Cleveland. It's
Hold on,
Cleveland.
AL
can I just-
Central.
Can I just say something?
Central, I think Minnesota's gonna make a comeback.
Nah, hell no.
Nah, me. I think they get the second spot,
I don't
but
even know who
Cleveland
they're
got
one-
it.
one,
Cleveland
two-
got
I
it.
don't even
Honestly,
know
I
who the
think
third
the
pitcher in the
AL, besides
rotation
the AL
is.
East, because with the Red Sox, Yankees always fighting back and forth. The Rays might give you a little scare here and there. I think the AL you can book it right away.
Especially the Central.
The Astros, the Indians, and then the East. There's just always that Red Sox Yankees.
Something tells me Minnesota.
But the Rays always end up Peru.
Minnesota's
So you got
the one
Minnesota?
team that
I feel
I'd say
the
could
Rays
put a
is that kind
fight.
of team that they're always like, you look back over your shoulder and you're like, shit, they're kind of there,
Yeah.
be careful with this guy. It's like that guy at the bar who's just looking at you. And you're like,
Yeah.
what's good with this guy? And you're just like,
Fuck him
nah,
up.
You don't know what he's capable of. I feel like that's the Rays.
Something tells me that either the Yankees or the Red Sox are not gonna make the postseason this year.
I feel like
What's going to be the
I
Yankees?
feel
The
like
Red Sox
that.
are going back to back.
So, alright, so then AL Central, you said you got
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Minnesota over Cleveland. Huh?
Yeah.
That
Who do you got?
Minnesota's the one team that
I
could
mean,
put a
I
fight.
think I'll default to Cleveland. It has to default to Cleveland. So Jose Ramirez has to come around there.
Yeah, that's the one
The
sure.
door's gonna come back around.
I know that Kluber got fucked up this today, but he's gonna come around. And Carrasco, whatever happened yesterday,
Yeah, he has to figure it out.
He'll pitch good.
So that's
They're both
and Bauer.
Cleveland has to have it easy, even though they have that. As Manny said, Minnesota is doing a comeback, and I like Kansas City. I don't know why, but I like Kansas City.
They're a scrappy team.
Whatever they're
That
doing
with
this year,
Merrifield, man.
Yeah.
Is he still on the hitting streak?
Nah.
No, he lost.
Ended?
36, right? Oh no.
36.
Speaking about
No, I
Kansas
didn't get
City,
36.
Yeah, he was in the
How do you
30s.
guys feel
32.
about Jorge
Or 32.
Do you
No,
still
he was
think
up.
he'll pan out?
Who?
Jorge Soler, do you think he's a late bloomer?
Nah.
Because the power's definitely
Yo,
there.
Whit Merrifield didn't
So-
get to
Nah,
36.
Because I know when the Cubs got him, he was like...
He has
he was
power,
the guy.
but
No,
can
the power's
he
there.
make consistent contact?
That's
Nah.
what I'm saying.
So, all
He could be
right.
a late bloomer.
I
Now,
don't think so.
AL West.
So this
Houston.
is the Astros come and play because I think that we set up Astros over the Central, but with Seattle, I think with 3 weeks in, we can respectfully say that Seattle it is a powerful. It's a powerful.
Give to around that win.
No, they knocking it out of the park.
Right, they're not going to have the
Seattle
park. Ain't going to
is-
continue.
Against the L, that'll put me up.
And they're
a few points.
consistent.
Maybe I could win.
They're not going to be that consistent, man. I'm telling you.
Pete wants to come hit Grand
But-
Slam to make it.
Yeah, okay.
I need those.
But thing is that we
Alex.
never thought about Oakland last year like that.
Listen,
I thought about Oakland like that.
No, but
the way I see it is, what's Seattle's record right now?
15 and something, right?
If they
14-3?
They got the best record in baseball.
They have the best record. They're like at 15 wins.
If they play 500 baseball for the rest of the season,
Yeah. They'll be.
They're not going to
15
pay.
games, they'll be 10.
They can win
15
90 games.
Yeah.
They're not playing 500
That's
baseball
not
for the rest of the
gonna
Well,
season.
you don't know that.
Yes, I do know that. I do know that. That's what, you don't know that they're going to play 500.
So
I'm saying they're playing
you know
500.
beyond a reasonable doubt that you know what the Seattle Mariners going to say.
And you know beyond a reasonable doubt that they're going to play 500.
No, I gave an opinion, but
And I'm giving my opinion that they're trash.
So look,
I'll give my opinion that they're trash.
Who's the what's Seattle's rotation? Kikuchi for Felix.
That's all I
Felix is trash. Felix is
Ace,
trash.
the Ace is somebody else.
Kikuchi.
Kikuchi.
No, Kikuchi's
Yes,
not
he
the
is.
ace.
He is the ace.
Who's their closer?
No.
Gonzalez, nigga. Come on.
He's not gonna keep this up. He better not.
Listen.
They're closer. Who is their bullpen?
But the point is, you asked me if I thought Mariners were a good team. Do I think they could play 500 baseball for the rest of the season? Yeah.
It's
Okay.
possible.
Do I think they can play 500 baseball for the rest of the season? No.
So go to the bookie spot and bet against them.
So why don't we make a
La
wager
banca
here?
está abierta. La banca está
Hey,
abierta.
friendly wager.
Between
No, okay, no, can I ask a question?
Case of beer,
Yo, is Seattle making a wild card spot? Manny? Yeah, me?
Nah, no way.
Luigi?
I don't know, man. I don't think
Alex?
that's
It's possible.
No, don't give me a possible. Yes or no answer.
It's possible.
Yes or no answer.
It's possible.
Yes or no answer. Is they making?
I can't predict the future.
No, okay, but everybody give me yes or no answer. Big- Are they making a wild card spot?
When
When first speaks, we listen.
Fair, they're making a wild card
It
spot.
can happen. So the AL East is kind of like the standard for everything, right? Unfortunately. So you know that somebody's gonna win the AL East, and then after that it's gonna be the wild card spot. It's
Yeah,
gonna
there's
be
two spots.
You got 3 teams. Tampa Bay is in the mix.
Three
We
more.
know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So besides the Boston Red Sox and the Yankees, it's Tampa Bay who are gonna be in the AL East wild card.
Yeah.
Teams from the East in the playoffs.
At that point, if you're gonna win if you're gonna be in the playoffs, you either have to win the Central or the West. That's it.
There's potentially a 4-team race to the 2 wild cards in the AL.
You want me to tell you what I think?
If it's gonna be Minnesota and Cleveland, because I think Minnesota's gonna be better than you guys think.
Yeah, I do think so.
I think
too.
Oakland is better.
You're gonna have
than Minnesota.
Tampa, Yankees, Red Sox are all gonna compete for it because we don't know who's the best team in that division, not yet. And you have the Astros are the best team in the AL West.
Yeah.
You have the Oakland A's. So you have the Oakland A's, Minnesota, Cleveland, Yankees, Red Sox, 5-team race for the division and the 2 wild
And
cards.
the 2 wild card spot.
So I think the ALs are like, I feel like the NL is easy to predict almost. I think the toughest thing to predict is who's better, the Nats or the Mets. One of those two. For me, that's the big question. In the American League, it's like a toss up. There could be a really good team that's gonna miss the playoffs. 1 or 2
There will
really
be.
good teams that could miss.
Same
the
thing as
playoffs.
last year.
The Rays, bro. The Rays were in the Central. They would have
Yeah.
been the Central champs.
Yeah, it would have.
But
It's crazy. Maybe
I
they
just
should
think-
be
I
the-
And
think
the
it's
Rays were the
Twins.
best team in the second half. They were better than the Red Sox.
Honestly, if
They
I
were.
won the Red Sox,
Better than the
I'd
Yankees,
probably
too.
be by
Yeah,
it, so.
way
They're-
better than the Yankees.
they were
Yankees
the
sucked
best-
second half.
in the second half, they were the best team in the East.
Who's the Rays?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
I think they're the best team in the East.
Actually, yeah, I think they're best team in baseball.
Yeah.
The Rays.
And since they use the opener, you analytics haters had the best ERA in Major League.
I hate the
ball.
opener. I hate the opener.
Why? It makes sense.
I don't hate the opener.
I don't know.
Why is it stupid?
I don't hate the opener, but he's a starter. He's starting the game.
Listen,
Okay,
the
so
opener.
call him a starter, but
That's what he is.
it's a strategy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strategy, and
name.
I understand. Listen, if you have a staff full of guys that could at least give you one inning, let's say, right? That's all you're asking for the opener, right?
Yeah.
Let's say two innings, right?
Yeah. Won't matter.
Shut down 2 innings. Why wouldn't you go with the opener?
No,
why not?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Instead, you're gonna have to go with.
Why can't you do it backwards then? Like, why don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
No, so why don't you have your starter, for example? Why don't the Rays have whoever, like for example, Moore or whatever, toss 4 innings or 5, and then just hand it off to the bullpen, no matter what he's doing.
And I know Manny. Let me answer this for you.
That's still the opener.
I need to educate.
But he's a starting pitcher.
Yeah, but it'll mean
the opener only gives you 1 or 2.
No, but the opener is a starting pitcher.
Time out. The point is they use an opener because the opener is the only time you're guaranteed to face the best 3 hitters back to back. That's the guaranteed time that you're. But
so you're using your best reliever in the first inning?
No, it doesn't have to go like that.
You're using a better pitcher per inning than the starting pitcher. But my thing is that unless that opener is flawless unless that opener is flawless in every outing that he has, what's the point?
Well, what if he gets up a home run?
I can say the same thing about a closer.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Exactly, it's the same thing.
But the thing with the closer is that I'm saving an arm for a just in case situation. With an opener, I'm using someone who more often than not.
But then he's a starting.
But isn't the opener?
So call him a starter, but it's a strategy.
Isn't the opener?
And it works.
Just in case.
And it works exactly.
I'm fine with it.
It works, right?
How's it proven that it works?
What do you mean?
The Rays are dominating.
Hold on. If you ask Oakland, the opener does not work.
Oh my God.
If you ask Oakland.
How do we know though?
Listen, if you ask an Oakland A fan, he's gonna be like, "Fuck the opener strategy."
The opener is working. The opener is working for the Rays.
Yeah, it didn't work for Tampa, and
it's working for Tampa.
It worked for Boston.
They also used Erickson, who, when you guys saw that game in the postseason, the opener worked for Oakland during the season. In the postseason, when you saw that team, you knew they were going to lose from the moment they stepped on that field because they all looked fucking shook. And then you had Fernando Rodney saying at the end of the game, we didn't stand. We're gonna lose anyway. We didn't stand a chance. We were all scared. Like, what the fuck? Like, who says that shit?
He saw it.
The Erickson or Hendricks. I don't remember his name.
No, the one who started it.
Yeah, the opener. He looked like he looked like I don't belong here. Everybody
they called on looked bad.
Trying
to look bad. Everybody that they called on that they dominant looked bad that game.
Yeah. The problem with the opener is that eventually you're gonna run into somebody who doesn't have it that day.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So like you might bring.
I agree. Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. That DeGrom doesn't have it today. Look at the score.
And
5-1.
And you know what?
There's only one pitcher. If you throw it like the opener, you give relievers. If one of them doesn't have it, you have to bring somebody else. So your bullpen's already fucked.
And I'm facing
your bullpen is fucked.
But then the opener, I like it when it's like the 5th starter. Instead of throwing out the 5th starter, let's just throw out an opener like that.
Which is what the Rays are doing.
And then the Red Sox did it last week.
I feel like with the opener, if you
this week with Vasquez,
and it worked.
Because the point is that you can throw out a relief pitcher for 1 inning, and he may not have it. He may give up 3 runs. But you're giving your best pitcher on the rotation. Let's say you bring in Chris Sale in the 2nd inning. You're giving him a weaker lineup for a longer stretch, so you can literally hold the team down because the teams don't score runs from the 2nd to what is it?
So
I showed it to you.
So Manny, you're saying
most
like
teams score runs in the first
inning. I've seen that.
After that, the numbers drop drastically, and then they go up again in the 7th or 8th
inning. So you're saying
that's why I see people score. Let me ask something. If you think that number, if every team starts using the opener, what's gonna happen to that number?
I don't. But then here's where my point is.
Answer the question.
I am gonna answer the question. I am gonna answer the question.
The judge
is great. Let me answer the question.
I'm like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna lose my goddamn train of thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna forget what I said. I'm gonna forget what I asked.
Damn it, I lost it already. Hold on, wait a second.
I need something to rotation.
Alright, wait. Can I say one thing about the opener? Yeah, I'm gonna say this, but
keep it to 2 minutes.
Yo, I don't mind the opener the way the Rays do it, but I hate what Milwaukee did in the postseason when they brought Wayne Miley in for one batter.
Can I get this point?
Go ahead.
Go. All right, man.
All
right, Manny. I was going to say.
Question. Oh, wait, I just got a question for Manny.
Oh, no, I got it.
All right, go.
So here's my point with analytics, so that I can answer your question. Do not talk, because I'm going to lose it again. Analytics are good because they give you information that you can use to manipulate the game. Like the opener is a way to manipulate the game to your advantage, right? But you can't get married to analytics because we're talking about human beings who might have a bad day. Stanek, who's the opener for the Tampa Bay Rays, he may not have a good day one day, and it might blow up on him. But that doesn't mean that the strategy doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
More often than not, with the Rays, we've seen that the strategy works. And you can't just throw any reliever out there either.
No.
Like the Yankees have a good. For me, the Yankees are the perfect team to use an opener.
Okay.
Because they have a Chad Green who used to be a starter. Maybe he's not so good now, but you can throw him out there in the first inning, second inning, even give him 3 innings. And then the rest of the game, you have a fresh starter who's looking at these guys for the first time. Then this whole third time around the lineup doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying?
But sorry,
damn, I don't even know if it makes sense.
No.
You did.
But back to the question that I asked: what happens to the number? The stat is that the most runs are scored in the first inning.
Yeah.
For the home team,
right?
They give up the most.
Both teams score the most runs in the first inning, but the home team always scores more.
If every team in Major League Baseball tomorrow started using the opener with their best relief pitcher on the mound, what's going to happen to that number?
We don't know.
Exactly.
But you have a specialist.
If I go backwards,
so
the 8th and 9th might
you're still being off the chart.
Let me ask you.
Come to the 8th and 9th.
Here's what I'm saying.
If you're using the best relievers,
they have the floor. I object.
I go.
This is your
podcast. Not mine. Ours.
It's ours.
Yeah. Let me ask Luigi, who has experience in this area. So when you come into a game as a reliever versus a starter, like when you're coming in as a reliever, right? Is there a difference? Like, do you feel versus a starter? Do you feel like, okay, I can empty the tank because I know I'm only going to go 1 or 2 innings? And when you go in as a starter, are you thinking, okay, I got to take it easy. I don't have to throw my best stuff yet because I have to go 6, 7 innings. Like, is there a difference in that area?
Well, if you're going out as a starter, when I used to go out as a starter, I definitely didn't even throw the same pitches that I would, that like in the first inning, I would just go fastball. And if I didn't get by it, like usually you would, because it's like, it's the first inning, you're just coming out, and a fastball and a curveball will work, right? But you have to spread it out. You have to keep the hitters guessing throughout the whole entire, like, let's say 5 innings or 6 innings that you're gonna be throwing. Now, if you're coming out of the bullpen and your only job is to pitch 1 inning, you're giving those hitters everything.
Everything you got.
Yeah, everything.
And that's why I think the opener works, because you're facing the hardest part of the lineup, guaranteed. That's the only time it's probably gonna happen.
Guaranteed.
And you're throwing out a pitcher out there who's going to give you his best stuff.
So you're going on a chance. You're betting on a chance.
Everything is a chance. Everything is a gamble.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying. Sorry, Alex. I'm sorry. I gotta ask another question.
Oh my god.
If the opener is supposed to take away, it's supposed to, soft landing for the starting pitcher that's going to come in later.
It's not a soft landing. It's
a softer landing.
It's neutralizing that part of the lineup. That's the toughest part of the lineup. And the only time you're going to see them guaranteed.
So if that's the whole point of this, right? Then doesn't it make sense for every time that your ace goes out there to put out your best closer so that your ace now faces the softer lineup?
What do you mean?
If the point is to give the starting pitcher, you don't have a 5th pitcher to go out that day to face the first 3 batters. You might get crushed in the first 3 batters, right? Wouldn't it make sense that for the Nationals to use an opener on Max Scherzer start, so now he faces the softer lineup, and now he's going 7 to 8 innings of scoreless?
You're saying should the Nats do that when it's the best starter? I think that eventually you're going to see that.
I think that's bullshit.
But why? If it helps you win
because
games.
Your best pitcher, Max Scherzer, should be facing the best.
Yeah, but that's only one game. That's only one game.
But that's the thing.
This is a battle
that's what it is.
I think this is a battle between like a romanticism about baseball. Like, we love seeing guys go complete games. Me too. Versus, what do I have to do to win the game? And
Alex, I just want to say.
Sorry, Alex.
No, sorry.
Because I want to.
No, I'm sorry. I love you.
All right, go, Alex. I got 2 parts. I got 2 parts. I'm gonna just answer a little bit what you asked Luigi, because I want to put a little input, and then I got a question for you.
Okay, input.
So
Put it in.
since I'm a catcher, right?
Yeah.
And I'm always been a catcher since high school till now. And like to what you asked him about, like how we approach like hitters, like during the first inning throughout the game. So far, with every guy I've caught, we've always had a game plan from the beginning of the game,
Right,
to like let's say the middle of the game.
Can I wait before you continue? Could you tell a pitcher though empty the tank in the first inning because we're gonna face
now? That's what I was about to say. We don't.
Can I say something?
Because like even like when I'm catching, like usually first inning, second inning, we're like, all right, let's get through the first lineup, right? Let's try to get through the lineup. We're getting like a feel for them, right? Once we get through like going through the lineup again the second time, that's when we're like, all right, let's put in the breaking ball. Let's do a change up. Let's throw them off balance. Like
so
that.
Maybe that's why people score so many runs in the first
Yeah,
inning.
and that's what I'm saying. Now, the question I have for you, if we're going back to last year, and I'm talking Red Sox here now, and instead of having, you're saying for an opener, instead of having, let's say Chris Sale start a game, I'm saying Chris Sale is top of his game right now.
Yeah.
Instead of having him, you'd rather have Craig Kimbrell start the game and throw all out?
I'm not saying Craig Kimbrell.
No.
I'm saying maybe...
But you're saying like the best pitcher, right?
Not the best bullpen pitcher, no.
But somebody should just come in.
You could throw out any pitcher who can empty the tank to start the game.
But can I say something about reliever?
Let me rephrase that. Not any pitcher. You got to put it
like a Matt Barnes then.
Maybe like Matt Barnes.
Yeah, but can I say something about relief pitching? Yeah, the one thing is when I used to come in relief pitching, I empty out the tank.
Okay,
I was going straight fastball.
But we're talking
you're
like
emptying out the tank. That's cool, but is the point that you're facing the best three hitters in the lineup? Then why not bring in Craig Kimbrell, your best pitcher per inning? Exactly, why not bring in Craig Kimbrell for a day that Chris Sale's supposed to start? Right?
Because when I came in relief, I was just throwing gas.
Because Chris Sale is your best pitcher. Chris
Exactly.
Sale has to face the
So
one.
then this is the question. So then this is the question. Who's better? Chris Sale, who's not going to give you everything he's got the first inning because he has to go 6, or is Craig Kimbrell who's going to give you every single, like his best stuff
Chris Sale
in one inning? Who's better?
Chris Sale.
So you think that really? You think Chris?
I think Chris Sale is a more unhittable pitcher than almost any pitcher in the major league.
Yeah.
So Chris Sale should, but according to the opener, you want to give that starting pitcher a better chance.
Okay,
to
Buddy
beat the rest of the lineup.
can I ask you a question then with the opener? All right, let's say if it's Rick Porcello. Would you rather have an opener for Rick Porcello? Because Rick Porcello's not that.
I would have an opener for Rick Porcello.
Okay, you want to have an opener, but the argument for the opener is that you don't have your starting pitcher that day that you're using an opener, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is going to face the rest of the lineup minus the 1, 2, 3 hitters back to back to back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the argument for using an opener, then the day that Chris Sale pitches, is he gonna have an easier time pitching to 4, 5, and beyond, or 1, 2, 3 along everything
But I think there's
else?
some.
No, just answer the question. Which one is he gonna pitch better to?
I think he's gonna pitch better if he has an opener.
Yeah, he's gonna pitch better since he has an opener. But how are you going to bypass your best pitcher pitching to the best 3 hitters? That's your best pitcher. He should pitch to the best 3 hitters no matter what.
To that point.
So, but then you make exceptions, and Chris Sale doesn't need an opener.
No,
Max Scherzer
doesn't need. That's what I'm saying. There's pitchers that don't need an opener.
Listen.
I don't think the ground needs an opener.
No.
I don't think Chris Sale, even though Chris Sale seems injured now.
Listen,
I don't think
man.
Chris Sale needs an opener. I don't even think Matt Scherzer needs an opener. Justin Verlander.
Luis Severino, yes, the list goes on, my brother.
Luis Severino needs an opener.
I don't know about that. All I know is that when we talk about the opener and like a starter, I think that one side thinks that MLB is just gonna be openers like from like 2020 on, and then another side is gonna be like, oh, MLB should just be starters. It's when you have when you have like a rotation like I don't know like the Yankees do right now. I don't even know what the rotation is right now. Like Tanaka, CC, whatever. When it comes to that point in the rotation, that you don't know who you're gonna get. It could come up twice during the week or whatever like that. Then you'll use an opener, and the opener works. Like how doesn't it not work? Like the Rays do that shit. They win mad games.
I would use an opener in CC Star AJ.
Yeah, and then when you have a pitcher like Chris Sale come up. And when you have a pitcher like Chris Sale come up, all right, he pitches his 6th innings, then you turn into the bullpen. But tomorrow, when Porcello's pitching, you're gonna want to use an opener. But I feel like
I think the opener is a let me rephrase what I'm saying. Don't shit on the opener completely. I just think it's a pointless thing.
No, it isn't a point thing.
So you don't.
It wins games. It wins games.
I think that if every team uses an opener, you're still gonna see the first inning being the most runs scored.
Well, Lisan, do you think
it's the same thing?
I don't know if you would.
Lisan,
I think it is.
I think you will. You have teams with bad bullpens.
If it's not the same thing, then what was the point? Because you're still gonna give up those runs.
Yeah,
later.
no. So that's why you need to accumulate.
So
lot of data, but we don't have enough.
You don't think the opener that helps at all?
No. It might help. It's not going to determine your team. Like, the Rays won those 90 games not because of the opener.
Yeah, he did.
That's my guy.
Listen, man, when it comes down to it, the opener works because when the Yankees are gonna pitch Loaizaga in like next week or something like that, he starts to get ripped in the first inning or in the second inning. That's it. That's a starter. Aaron Boone has to at least try to push him to go 5 innings. He's a starter, right?
Nah, if Loaizaga comes in at the second inning after using an opener, he's getting ripped.
I'm not talking about after using an opener. I'm just saying like he's starting the game.
Yeah.
Aaron Boone wants him to at least go 5 innings. He's a starter.
He's a starter.
Yo,
the Yankees need a starter right now.
No, but Loaizaga is expected to go 4 to 5 innings after using an opener. It's the same thing.
Okay, no, but I know what Luigi's saying. It's like, if he's getting ripped in the first inning, you're most likely not going to take him out.
Yeah, you're not
going to
take him out.
So you want him to give you those 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah, you want to see.
If it's a relief pitcher and he's getting ripped, you're like, yo, screw it. He's a relief pitcher.
Nah,
I'm going to take him out.
The point is with Chris Sale. That was a good point.
I know that's what Luigi's trying to say.
Chris Sale is like Chris Sale is like top tier. It's like Chris Sale is Max Scherzer or Kluber. The top tier of baseball, right? So there's not many pitchers that are better than they are. But let's go to Rick Porcello, which is another good example. Who's better? Matt Barnes, who's emptying the tank for 1 inning, or Rick Porcello, who's dialing it back a little bit because he has to go 6? Who would you take?
No, Matt
for
Barnes,
inning to inning basis.
Matt Barnes per inning is better than Rick Porcello.
So that's why the opener works. Because, because in the first inning, you're using Matt Barnes, who's going to empty it against the best hitters, and most likely will probably get out of the inning. Maybe not. There's a chance that they're still scoring the runs.
I'm sorry you said that.
There's still a chance. Because there's no guarantee.
There's a chance. There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee.
That's what I'm saying.
But what's the better chance? A Rick Porcello who's dialing it back, or Matt Barnes who's gonna empty it?
I like Matt Barnes,
but
I'm not even an opener favorite.
That's cool that you like Matt Barnes. Let me just answer their question before.
I don't like Matt Barnes, but I'm just saying. No, just a comparison.
Rick Porcello and Matt Barnes, I like the comparison. But going back to their point, they said if Loaizaga comes in to start a game and he gets ripped, they're gonna try to stretch him.
They are.
All right. If Loaizaga comes into a game after an opener after 2 innings,
I bet he does better.
No, I'm saying if Loaizaga comes into a game and after using an opener, he's getting ripped. What's the difference?
No, you see the difference isn't like there's a difference because all right, he's coming out of the bullpen, he's getting ripped. All right, the relievers come out of the bullpen, they get ripped. Guess what? You can put another reliever in. But all I'm saying is that if you're eliminating the that you don't want to do no opener, you're putting out a starter there, and you want him to at least go 5 at least, right? You don't plan for the opener.
But Luigi, when they use an opener, they're expecting the pitcher that was supposed to be the starting pitcher to go 4 and 5. It's the same thing.
All right, they're expecting it. They're
facing the
hardest.
And they're expecting it.
And Manny, no. Okay. No way.
That's the point of the opener. They're saying that if Loaizaga started the game, Aaron Boone is going to try to stretch him out.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're trying to stretch him out regardless if they're starting the game or using the opener.
Yeah.
So if it's so easy to bring in a relief pitcher because one relief pitcher is getting rocked, guess what? The opener is the same shit.
Okay.
It's the same shit.
Hold on, can I say, all right. I'm not even like a big opener fan, right? Especially, once again, he's starting the game. He's a starter.
Also, how long is this episode?
Right? We could end the recording.
Right? If Loaizaga comes in the second inning, he's not facing, like you said, he's not facing the 1, 2, 3, and 4 hitters. He's going to be facing the bottom of the lineup. So he probably still will give you more innings.
It'll be an
easier.
It is a game.
I know what CT's trying to do here. He's trying to play off an if he comes in and he gets ripped.
You asked the question. You said if Loaizaga comes in and starts a game and he's getting ripped in the first inning, they're not going to pull him out because they're trying to stretch him out, right?
In the first inning, I would say if he's getting ripped in the first inning.
Okay. If Loaizaga comes in the second inning, right?
He has an easier chance.
Nah. Just can go back to the question. If Loaizaga comes in the second inning, are they going to pull him out? Or are they going to stretch him out?
Like if they're going with the opener or something?
They went with the opener. They Loaiza come in the second inning. Now he's getting ripped.
They'll probably pull him.
Then what is the difference if they pull him in the first inning? Is what I'm saying. That was the question.
Because the point is that you're increasing. The point is that there is a chance that can happen, but you're increasing your chances that it's not gonna happen.
No, that is another argument. I was just referring to the question that he asked before.
I just feel like
that's all that.
Like the point with the opener is to not, for the starting pitcher that day, he could be like your weakest link, your fifth starter, fourth starter, whatever. To avoid having him face the hard, your top dogs, like let's say Stanton and Judge back to back, Wave or whatever. Okay, but if you bring him in the second, he's probably gonna have to face him in the sixth or the seventh when the game might be on the line.
But he's probably not gonna face them all at the same time.
So why not save your your good arm? Like let's say like your quote unquote your closer. I don't agree. Like I'm the type of guy like if I have let's say Kimbrel on my team, if I feel like the situation needs to be taken care of in the seventh, I'll bring him in. But that's why I feel like keep it the same, have the starter go, and I want to save that guy that I would bring in the first to bring him in the sixth or the seventh to put out the fire that could potentially decide the game, not the first inning.
So you're saying like using like how Cleveland used Andrew Miller that year?
Yeah, like
when they brought him in high leverage situations.
Whenever he's needed,
or the way Kansas City used their bullpen.
You want that day the starter not to, like for example Porcello. Let's not have him face 1, 2, 3 hitters in the first inning, but you bring him in the second, he's gonna probably face him in the sixth or the seventh.
Yeah,
even if it's not back to back.
But it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed that he will face. When a manager makes a lineup in the old days, it used to be my best hitter third, my power hitter fourth, or whatever. That doesn't exist anymore, clearly. But a manager's going to put his best hitters at the top of the lineup to get more plate appearances. So what the idea is, you're definitely going to face them, guaranteed in the first inning. It's going to happen. You're going to face them for the rest of the game. You might have a situation where you're going to face the 2-3, and then there's an out, and then you have to.
But it could be even worse. You might face that third or fourth hitter with a guy on second and third.
It could be, but that's where analytics comes in, and the analytics shows you since 1920 that people scored tons of runs in the first inning, and then after that, the shit dropped.
I think that's just.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Abby.
Yeah, all right. Because most likely you got to name who you're going to start before the game starts, right? Mm-hmm. What if I know you're going to use the opener and I decide not to put my first 3 hitters as the best ones?
That goes into the shift. When people try to say ban the shift, no. Do another strategy to counter that shift.
Like what if I...
So if you know that...
it will because I don't think they're going to see that. But like what if the Milwaukee's are going to bring Josh Hader?
Josh Hader dominate. They did do something I think in the playoffs, Milwaukee, I think, did something like that. They knew who was in the pitching. No, I think the Dodgers.
I think, or something, right?
No, way more. I don't like that. I don't like.
So then the Dodgers had all left-handed pitchers.
And he won't.
No, I like that. And
it's strategy.
Yeah, it's strategy. Like for the Tampa Bay Rays, you know that they're going to use an opener on the fifth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would even do some shit like put Judge standing batting 8th, 9th because you know that they're not.
Yeah, and they'll face like.
Then
I don't think you're gonna see that. But I'm just saying that as a thought. Like, if I know you're gonna bring I'm saying Milwaukee, Josh Hader has been one of the most unhittable pitchers I've seen in a minute. Like he's being unhittable. If I know Milwaukee's gonna bring him,
would you extend him 2 innings?
Why not put?
That's why I put him 8th and 9th. So why you have to go to the 3rd inning? You have to take him.
Why not put my first 3 hitters as the worst hitters in my lineup, and then after that,
I just think.
But I don't think that's gonna happen because there's too much
you're a baseball purist, man.
No, I'm not a baseball purist, but you're telling me to buy into this thing, right? Which I buy into that opener could work, but at the end of the day, it's still ifs and maybes.
It is.
Everything is.
Because it has its pros and cons.
That's my whole point. You're asking, all I'm saying is
when you go. All right. So when you go play blackjack, right?
Yeah.
And you, I don't even play blackjack, but I'm gonna try this out.
No, but you have an ace.
So the idea is to get 21, right?
Yeah.
So the idea with the opener is that you're dealing yourself a better hand so that you might win the match or whatever the fuck. The game.
Wait, I'm sorry. You lost me.
I know. I'm losing myself, man.
No, I gotta get him.
But all right, with the opener, right? You're using all these relievers, right? Let's say, well, for that 1 inning.
Because you're thinking that your pitcher is gonna go. Wait. We should frown upon saving our closer.
Yeah, because that doesn't make sense.
It's an if moment. And if you ask me, it's not
Have we? Have we
I want to
seen
hear what Alex going
who
with
this year has used the opener that way, that they brought in a reliever and then after that have put their starter in? Who's used it this
Tampa
year?
Bay.
Braves. What game?
Tampa Bay and the
Almost
Red Sox.
since last year.
So, because I always see them put like a pitcher go in 2 innings and after that another 2 innings.
Because you could do 2 innings.
Because that's what I see constantly. See, I never see like
Yeah, still
they put 1
opener.
inning. Yeah, I see them using a whole bunch of relievers.
The idea isn't that
Now-
the opener guarantees you a success. Nothing guarantees you
But then,
success.
see when they...
But it improves your chances. That's the idea.
Yeah, but for that day...
He doesn't want to
Yeah,
admit
Manny,
it.
but for that day, though.
For that day.
But then
exactly.
you
Because
use
you
your...
need them for that day.
But then let's say...
your worst starter.
But what about the next day?
So what, Alex? You trying to say that they...
They're overworking
them.
them.
Improve your chances every day.
Okay, wait.
Yeah,
No,
but
because
you don't
then-
have
yo,
enough
Resign,
people.
wait.
No, but I'm
So
saying...
what Alex is
So
going
you just
with...
have a 4-man rotation
No,
and put
it
your
would-
5th starter into the bullpen.
So no,
That
I get
backfired.
Because
Wait,
what I'm trying to
Manny,
say-
Manny, I
what I'm
get what
trying
I'm
to say
trying to
is
say.
that, all right, you're using an opener today, but then you used all these pitchers today, right? Tomorrow's a new day.
Right.
Your starter goes to shit, but you used all your relievers.
you're
just-
You're taxing your
You're
bullpen the day
assuming that
before.
you're using a whole bunch of relievers. You're only using one opener, and then you're going to your starter for, hopefully, because everything is chances in baseball. Same thing with the Yankees. The Yankees play analytic baseball, and their idea is home runs. I'm waiting for the 3 home run game.
That's
During the
stupid.
course of a season, chances are that you're going to score a lot of runs, so you're going to win a lot of games. But on a game-to-game basis, it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work.
Regardless of the Rays use the opener or not, they weren't going to the playoffs last year. That's my point.
That's last year. And guess what? Had they used the opener since the beginning of the year, maybe they would have gone to the postseason. I don't know. We have no idea.
You could.
Really?
The thing is that we don't know, obviously.
But they had to win a lot of games.
We don't know anything. We can't predict anything.
No, nobody could predict anything.
Because they could have won 99 games and still missed the
My thing
playoffs.
is, I kind of feel like you want to use the opener on the Red Sox. Our starting pitch has been getting fucking trashed. You know what? Let's give this guy, let's
And it worked for you guys.
It's like kind of like a hybrid between a 6-man rotation, but really not, because Hector Velasquez that day went like 3 or 4 innings or whatever.
And he has started.
That's why use it here and there, but I don't want to see a scenario where the Red Sox are using every 5 days an opener.
No.
If we got rocked the past 3 or 4 days, fuck it. Let's try to.
Bro, the opener should be like once a week, maybe.
Yeah.
Like when your shittiest starter comes up.
I like
the
that.
opener. And not even if, because that week, that shitty starter might go 6 innings like they do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you won't use the opener. But
I feel like
I like that.
I like it, but it does have its negatives.
I like
Everything
that. Like Luis
Everything
Ángel.
has its negatives. A closer, waiting for a closer for the 9th inning has its negatives too. We saw it with Buck Showalter.
No.
I was about to say that when you said
Like
that.
Luis Ángel, like you
everything
said
has
for the Mets, you said you don't like
But that was
Vargas,
stupid.
right?
That was stupid.
So wouldn't you use the opener that day?
I prefer having it the way Florida's doing it now. Matt Barnes has been the most effective at the moment. Matt Barnes has come in to pitch the 7th and 8th. He's come in to pitch the 8th. He's coming to pitch the 9th. Wherever Cora teams feel like, I gotta put out this fire now, because there's no point in having a guy like, let's save, for example, we had Kimbrel. Let's leave Kimbrel in for the 9th, but we have the bases loaded with 1 out in the 7th. Dude hits a double. The game's over.
Yeah, exactly.
You have Kimbrel sitting there just,
you just
watching.
No, I guarantee that's a thing. But I don't want you guys to think that I don't see the point of the opener. I understand the benefit of the opener.
Yeah, me too.
But Alex brought up a
I'd
good
rather
point.
not.
Alex brought up a good point. Jason Vargas last night.
Use an opener for Jason Vargas.
That would have been a good idea, right? What do you think is going to happen to Jason Vargas in the rest of the game?
He's still going to get rocked.
So the point is...
But if he keeps getting rocked like that,
he might. But
put him in the bullpen.
You're putting him in a better position.
Put him in
AAA.
But I don't know how much he's getting paid. I don't know if he's worth
It's all
it.
taking chances.
Everything is taking chances. You're
Exactly.
So then, alright. So Manny's point, if everything's taking chances, why not take a chance?
I want
What's something different?
I want to ask CT something.
If you use a starting pitcher and that day he just so happens to be good, then you save bullpen. You save an arm.
Okay, but if you use
that
for just in case, we're doing the same thing again.
Exactly, it's the same thing.
But if you use alright, how many starters throw a complete game?
Nobody throws.
Okay, all right. So most likely, you're gonna use one reliever a day, right? Most likely, yo, Manny. Most likely, you're gonna use one reliever a day in today's game.
At least
one reliever. So why not put him in the first and then have your starting pitcher go to 8th?
I just feel like there's still 9 innings that have to be played.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you're
it doesn't matter. You're still gonna. You might see the most dangerous hitter in that lineup in the 6th, in the 5th. You might see him in the 8th. Like
in situations, you never know.
Like I get what you're saying. You're guaranteed gonna see Judge if he's batting 3rd.
You're just all it is increasing your chances. It's not a foolproof strategy. It just helps. Whereas
that's what I get.
For me, the closer strategy, because that's a strategy too, is to keep this guy for the 9th inning to guarantee a win. Basically, that doesn't always work.
No, but it doesn't always work. But the Red Sox won 108 games doing it.
Sure did.
We did.
But is it because of their closer, or is it because they score so many fucking runs?
Or could it be the strategy of that?
All I know is that they used Kimbrel as a closer. He was a closer from beginning to end.
Kimbrel probably had his weakest year last year and still saved a shitload of
I don't know.
games.
The year with San Diego was pretty bad.
Yo, the point is that I'm gonna tell you what's probably confusing you guys. Here's the thing. I don't see the point in using the opener because I think you're still gonna get the same shit.
I don't think you are.
I understand that. That's what you're saying.
I agree because it's still 9 innings. It's still 27 outs.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, but you're increasing your chances. You're increasing your chances with a pitcher that's not Chris Sale or Max Scherzer.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're like.
So what? So basically, if the Red Sox used an opener last year, would have won 120 games.
Oh.
No, all right. I don't know.
Let's take that question to.
But I can't tell you that because I can't guarantee anything.
And that's my point.
But would they have a better chance to win 20 games? Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the case because those runs are still going to come somewhere.
All right, we're going to have to ask LA something. Listen, if the Rays didn't even know about the opener, what would their record be compared to last year when they did it?
Probably like 88 to 90.
Are you saying that the Rays would have done better if they let their starters go? Like regular baseball, how it's been played without the opener, Castillo. You think that they would have had a better record last year than what they did?
I answer this: are the Rays is their success solely based on using an opener every 5 days?
No, but
their success is also
it's increased their chances.
All right. So if the Rays didn't use an opener, what did they do? Not go to the playoffs last year?
Listen, I'm not asking if they would have made the playoffs. I'm asking if the games that they won last year, would they have been less or more if they didn't use the opener? Do you think that by the Rays using the opener last year, they chopped their wins by like mad wins? Like I'm talking about
I think that if the Rays didn't use an opener last year, we would have seen the same Rays team with a standard deviation, look it up if you don't know what that is, of 2 games, which means that they're either winning. How many games did they win last year?
That's what I was going to say.
9?
Can we, since Fern is such a, he does all this research and search everything, can he look up the Rays record on the day that they had an opener?
Me?
Yeah.
It was high. No, they had a good record on the days that they had an opener.
I said it earlier in the podcast. I did the research on this. I don't know what the record was when they opened, but the Rays had the best ERA in baseball after they started using it.
And before that, it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good before that.
It should just tell you that the opener has.
I feel like the Rays were forced to do that because they're not like these teams that have 5
and they said it.
starters.
We talked shit about it in the podcast last year, episode 1. I said it myself that they're going to use a bullpen for the 5th starter. That shit doesn't make any sense. They're going to lose. Blah, blah, blah. And
that's what I was just gonna say too. If the run scored like against the Rays while they're using the opener is there's a big difference. Like how many just said that they have the lowest ERA. You just said that they have the lowest ERA like by using the opener. Mm-hmm. All right, so then we can say that it works. Now, if your team can't score runs, all right, that's a different story. But if you have a strategy that you can use it for your team that is gonna help your team. Like it's gonna prevent the other team from scoring that many runs. Wouldn't you use it?
Yo, I would use it, but you asked me if I think the Rays did something bigger than they were supposed to do by using the opener. No, I don't think they did. They still won. They still ended up as the 3rd team in the division. And I don't care if it was a division that the Red Sox. You can make the argument that the Red Sox, Yankees, and Rays won all those games because we had to play teams like the Orioles and Toronto Blue Jays more than anybody.
But the Yankees didn't win games against the Orioles.
They didn't.
That's the Yankees.
But there's one thing.
I'm talking about the Rays over here.
Were the Rays projected to be that good? I don't think they were there in the beginning of the season.
No, but were the Rockies projected to go to the playoffs last year?
But they got in. Like barely.
Yeah, they got in barely. That's what I'm saying.
Barely.
I mean, they dethroned the Cubs. No, that was the Brewers.
That was the Brewers. But the Cubs still both won 95. They had to go to 163 to the sign.
I don't think anybody had the Brewers.
Here's the point.
Many people had Brewers going to the playoffs.
I feel like the opener, like I don't want to discard it. I get why the Rays doing it because, like I said, they don't have that everyday solid or reliable fifth starter, whatever. Completely different topic. I'm the type of person that I 100% buy into the fact that you don't have to save your best bullpen arm until the ninth inning. I think that goes to waste because I'm telling you, man, like you don't know when that situation is gonna present itself because you say like, oh, I want to save Mike, Johnson, Kimbrough, Chapman for the ninth to lock up the win. But if it's the seventh inning and you have guys on second and third with Judge up 1 out, and you have your starter that day who you need him. Why don't you bring in your best guy for that situation? Boom, to guarantee yourself to be in a winning position in the ninth inning.
And the Red Sox are doing that right now, actually.
Because
with Matt Barnes and Brazier.
Our bullpen's this really is a question, even though it's doing somewhat good.
I agree. I buy into using a pitcher, your best pitcher, maybe in the seventh inning if you have to. But I also know that what my belief is that there's a difference between pitching in the seventh inning and the ninth inning.
I agree.
Absolutely. And if you look at a guy like Dylan Betances,
it's a different.
I guarantee if he had to pitch the ninth inning,
he won't. To counter your argument, what if you need that pitcher to get you to the ninth inning?
I understand.
You're not even giving yourself a chance.
I understand that, but there's a lot of days where
shit got good.
There's a lot of days where you get to the ninth inning. You get to the ninth inning, and you wish you would have had your best arm there.
No,
it's for a specific reason.
How many times have you pulled and I've seen it in the past? Maybe not now with people coming up. That closer comes in a non-safe situation and he blows it.
Yeah. And
that adrenaline rush in the ninth, maybe they're not used to it. If you have a closer like that,
something that should be talked about.
I'm gonna throw
within your guys and
if he's not comfortable, in a situation that's not the ninth, I wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna throw numbers in there too. This is why I like analytics because you can change your strategy to help, but you shouldn't. Let me just make it clear, guys. Don't get married to analytics. All right. It's not live
I know.
Die
you said it like 50 times.
Because I think you guys think that I just think that analytics 1, 2, 3. But this is why data and analytics are good because the information that I got since I think it was 1920, maybe before that. In the ninth inning, people don't score that many runs, and in extra innings, people score barely any runs at all. So, is that because of a closer, or is that because teams just don't score runs late in games? Because the closer didn't come into play until 1970, 1969 or something. So we have more information prior to that than we do after that, giving us that teams don't score that many runs. So why am I saving my best pitcher for the ninth inning if I have information that tells me that another pitcher could get batters out and instead of using them earlier on?
I think it's
all
psychology. You can't measure that.
Yeah, you can't measure psychology. But like I said, prior to the closer strategy, teams are still not scoring runs in the ninth inning.
Because then also Edwin Diaz the other day, they brought him in and they had a big lead. I forget what it was. I forget the lead.
I like big leads.
But they brought him in and he loaded up the bases. After that,
that plays into it.
Yeah, and then after he loaded up the bases, he got 3 Ks right after that.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like. Also, pitchers.
Some pitchers have to be
in the moment. Yeah,
they have that rush. I think they really are pitch off adrenaline.
It is a rush.
Gives them that kick.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If you have a starter that's not
why don't we want to increase our chances so that we're not in the position that we need a pitcher to have an adrenaline rush?
It all depends on.
No, but I think you got to communicate. Andrew Miller made it clear that I don't need to be a closer. I can pitch any inning.
That's one.
So I think there needs to be a communication.
I think that you don't.
The guys have to buy into that. Your bullpen has to buy into that. If you have Chapman as your closer, he has to be on board with coming in on the 7th or the 8th.
Chapman is a perfect example.
And a messy
but Chapman in the 7th inning, the guy fucking sucks.
Because there's closers.
But it's adrenaline. I really do think they had that adrenaline that kicks them.
There's closers that have admitted to not that don't like coming into a non-clean inning.
Yeah.
You want to say we don't want to just assume that we're gonna come across an adrenaline moment to bring in our best pitcher, but those moments come up in almost every game. Wouldn't it be nice to have your best pitcher there?
It would be nice.
100%.
Because you can guarantee, like you're almost guaranteeing that this game is done. Because if I have a guy that's gonna bridge the 8th inning, that I'm bringing him in, Kenley Jansen, I'm bringing him in the 8th inning, this game is done. That's a good thing to have, and that works. It works.
It is a good
Imagine
thing to
bringing
have.
Mariano Rivera in the 7th inning with a guy on 3rd in like 2 hours.
But look, okay, but that's a good example.
It works.
Mariano
too,
Rivera in
but-
1996 wasn't the closer. They didn't save him for the last out, and that was probably his best year of all time. So that's the counter argument. The problem is that in baseball that we glorify the last inning, the last out, the last run. The walk-off home run. We glorify that shit. Jeez.
Yeah. See, Mariano Rivera.
It's all about the role.
So Mariano Rivera probably could have been like an Andrew Miller. He probably could have been like somebody that could have been like, yo, yeah, I can pitch any inning. But like Craig Kimbrell, honestly, I don't think Craig Kimbrell can pitch any inning sometimes.
He's not. He's been on board to saying that he doesn't.
It varies. It varies.
Between pitchers, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. There's got to be a communication. Like once again, Andrew Miller made it clear with the Yankees and Cleveland. He's like, yo, put me any situation. Like I'm comfortable pitching in the 4th. I'm comfortable pitching in the 6th. But yeah, if you have a pitcher that's made it obvious, like he's good, but he made it obvious. Yo, I don't feel comfortable in these situations. Don't put him there.
Maybe he should be a Major League Baseball.
No, he could be a Major League Baseball pitcher because he's down.
Maybe he should be a Major League podcast.
Maybe you're right.
I don't know.